I am live. Am I live? Yeah, I'm live. What up, everyone? This has Benzinga Live, our daily show. You should know that by now. I'm Spencer. Aaron Bree is right there.
What up? What up?
What up, baby? I guess I don't need to wear headphones. If you're here and I'm here, I don't need to wear.
It's just us.
It's just us. We don't need to wear headphones. So I'm gonna take those off right now. So
Unless I guess like if Rohan needs to tell us something or something.
Rohan, if you need to tell us something, just like yell at us or whatever. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. We got a big show today, everyone. We have, excuse me. We're talking to Luke Jacoby, Hot Stocks Luke. He joins us every Thursday at noon, so we got that going for us, which is nice. We've got Vivi Biotech coming on at 12:15, 12:20. It should be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for our interview we have a little bit later on, maybe about an hour or a little more from now. We're talking to Manscaped. This is a men's grooming company. We're talking to the founder and CEO, Paul Tran. They are SPACing. The ticker here is BLTS, and we've got some questions. I've got many questions for Manscaped.
Is SPACing in the Merriam-Webster dictionary now?
I don't know, but maybe. Is SPACing in the dictionary? Is it on Investopedia? Is probably the real question. Like SPACing is a verb. I'm making it a verb. It's a verb now. So that's what we got today. Oh, I forgot what's after that. So we're gonna have. I hope we're gonna have Sharon from HR, from Benzinga HR, on the show today. I sent her a message a couple of days ago, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll come on the show." And then, but she didn't confirm with me today, so I don't actually know if she wants to come on the show. But the reason we're gonna have her on is because she messaged Aaron like spontaneously one day for help opening a brokerage account. So we thought, that's content. Let's just do it live on the show. So I hope that happens today. Very exciting stuff. We're gonna walk a noob through how to open an account, and we can all steer her in the wrong directions. It'll be fun. And then I hope Jesse Kaler can come on. He said he can't come on today. So here's what we'll do. We'll do some ticker time after Sharon. We'll just kind of hang out, and that'll be what we got going on today. So drop us a like if you can, and I'm going to roll with this intro. This is Benzinga Live. Spencer Israel and producer AB. What's up, everybody? How we doing?
Someone told me buy high, sell higher.
Let's get Matt Hammond on the show to talk some IPOs. Jake Wujasek from Trend Spider. We have a breaking news. Hey, all right, we are back. So, what up, Shelly? Shelly, I know.
Spencer, what happened? Everyone was so doom and gloom. The markets are crashing, yada yada, and Nasdaq's up what, 2% today?
Well, let's pull up a chart. You want to go QQQ? We can go QQQ. We can go QQQ here. This is a long. Let's go to intraday chart. Yeah, I mean, it's. It's buy the dip and sell the rip, right? It's just kind of the way it is.
Well, let's go back. All right, so can we go back to a daily chart on the Qs real quick and go back to what about right there in September when we had that last dip? I feel like it was kind of similar at that time. People were like,
this guy?
Well, from the top up there.
Yeah, that guy.
I mean, that whole move down, I think that was a lot of people saying, oh my God, finally these markets are done. Time to sell. Like we've had so much strength for 18 months now. Now we're finally getting that drawback, and then wouldn't you know it, we hit all-time highs like the following month. We've had a few other small corrections up there when we were more just choppy for a few months straight, but I think it's more of the same. Yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at too. The only reason like the QQQ is like super notable here is because if you're into labels, then you would have noted that the Nasdaq was like officially in what is like a market correction. A correction is just when you fall 10%. So we were at least 10% off of the all-time high in the QQQ, which makes this technically a correction. But it's just it's buy the dip, it's sell the rip. That's what this is. So broad-based rally. Let's go to like a a watch list of the whole market today that I love to do. I've got this watch list here, broad-based rally, every single sector in the green. I don't even know the last time we've seen that. It's just one of those days. So yesterday, everything in the red except for like energy, I think, right? Today, everything in the green. It's just the way it is. It's back and forth. I mean, yeah, it sounds simple, and it is easier said than done. Buying dips, selling rips. This today, right now, is probably not the worst time to throw in a couple shorts. If you've got anything that you are up in, on a short-term basis, consider selling, on a day like today.
I don't know. I don't really like any shorts right here.
But this is how you approach it. This is the market, right? We can look at the SPY too. I mean, this is what the market is. It goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. It's stuck in this range. You sell on days like today. You sell into strength. You buy into weakness. That's what has worked for the last 3 months now. So that's what, maybe 2 months. That's what you do. That's how you do this. So that would be my broad take for today. Shelly's busting my chops on DWAC. I did look at it for a hot second there. Oh, wow. 83. Yeah, see, I screwed this up in more ways than one, right? Today is the kind of day that you sell into, right? Not yesterday like I did, right? Don't want to do that. So, and I did all the wrong things. I bought it on a green day. I sold on a red day. It should have been the other way around, right? So that's the same rules apply across the board. I'm curious about like Coke and Pepsi here, because Coke and Pepsi made all-time highs yesterday. These are the kind of moves, and I know we talk about never wanting to short stocks at all-time highs, but like if you're up in Coke, you're up in Pepsi, Mondelez, Hershey, any of these stocks. How's Campbell's Soup doing? How's CPB doing? Not quite the same. Kraft Heinz is a dog. Kraft Heinz is a dog. But like, what's the other one I'm thinking of? KDP, Keurig Dr Pepper. You're long any of these things. I would definitely consider taking some profits. That's just me. SJM. Thank you, Bob. How's SJM doing? Same thing. Same chart. If you're long for like a long-term thing, then that's a whole different beast, obviously. If you've been long SJM for 5 years, I'm not going to tell you to sell it right now, even though SJM, wow. We're trying to get to that all-time high that was hit in 2016. But if you're in any of these things for trades, swing trades, day trades, I would strongly consider selling on a day like today. And then maybe you buy it back in a few days when we've dipped down back to 120 in SJM.
Have you checked out Tan today at all?
I'm sure it's higher. If everything is green, Tan must be green. Oh, it's up 4%.
Yeah, and look at some individual names in there. Sunrun, which was my 2022
stock of the year. Yeah.
First good day of the year so far, 10%.
Let's go to a daily on Sunrun.
Oh, this one, I'm not worried at all. But we were just talking about, you were saying if you've been in some of those food stocks long term. Speaking of long-term investments right now, I think there are a lot of good opportunities in this space that have been beaten down. If you just look at, we just looked at Tan, but if you look at ICLN, ICLN's down more than 25% off its highs. Under $20 a share. If you're looking for something to add to a portfolio that you're not going to sell for 5-10 years, I don't know why you wouldn't be looking at names like this, like Tan, iClean.
I could see that, like if you're looking for ways to put cash to work for the long term, you're not really going to cry about whether the price you got in 5 or 10 years. You're not going to cry about 19 versus 15. That being said, I feel like I'd rather wait, and I know this sort of flies in the face of contradicts what I just said, but like this iClean, it just had a mass. I almost bought iClean in 2020. That was on I had a huge shopping list of things to buy. It was on my list. I ended up not buying it. It had this huge run up, and it's really it's come off a little bit. Obviously, we were at 30. All time high is 32. What is that? 33.
I mean, yeah, that's more than
34,
33%.
34. So yeah, we're down from 34 to 19. So yeah, we're well off there. But think about where it was in 2020. I think it was at 12. So we got a ways to go potentially. If it's a long-term thing, then again, you're not going to really care about 19 versus 18 versus 15. But I definitely wouldn't take any short-term trades here on iClean.
I agree. I'm talking specifically about something that you're looking for 5-10 years, and I don't know if there's specific sector news that why clean energy is all up right now. But I mean,
everything is up.
But it's worth
Everything
noting
is
that
up.
it's up more than relative. It's showing relative strength.
Is it? Well, so what are the Qs up? Qs are 1.5%.
Right, and then look at TAN and look at iClean.
Okay, so what's ARK up though? ARKK is up 5% today. It's a growth. It's an everything rally day. That's what this is. Everything is rallying. So when that happens, your high beta, your growth is gonna rally more. TAN is growth. iClean is growth. ARKK is growth. What's IBB doing today? Oh my God, IBB sucks. IBB is such a dog. It can't even go up on today. What? Oh man, that's terrible.
Well, I like Born to Be is saying Lulu's drastically oversold right now. Currently off its highs by about 30%. PE is still a little high, 50. I don't know if we care about that or not. I mean, this will be an interesting trade, I think, because it's not really. It's been a growth stock, right? But it's not. I think it's more. Like, I wouldn't group it in that growth tech category of these other growth stocks. So maybe this is one that kind of can perform well if we continue to see choppy markets in the Qs and growth and tech.
Maybe here. I kind of want to. I want to pull up a different pro chart. Once I
have a new stock I've been looking at that I'm officially
a new one.
A new stock that I'm officially
You can't do that.
It's not in my portfolio, but this is the first step to getting in my portfolio. It's officially added to my watch list.
Do you want to share? Do we have a drum roll on here? What's going on? I don't think we do. It's very hard to see because.
All right, it's a play in.
Aaron's new pick of the year. You heard it here first.
No, I don't know if I'm calling it. Not pick of the year. But pick of the year, I'm sticking by Sunrun. It's a educational tech company.
Is it have we had them on the show?
No.
Oh.
I don't believe so.
I don't know. What do you got?
Instructure Holdings, ticker INST. So this company makes Canvas, which is widely the most widely used software for universities and schools for like remote learning. We can see the stock got all the way up as high as around almost $30 now, back down at 20. But this company's got a lot of things going for it, and I've just kind of started my research, so I don't want to speak too much of it right now, but I just wanted to let you guys know first. Adding it to the watch list. I will be back tomorrow with some more information, kind of a bull and bear case. I'll give both sides on this stock tomorrow.
Okay. All right. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, well.
So, wait. What is Canvas? I
Canvas. It's
what is that?
It's like what I used it in college, like before COVID was even a thing. It's
yeah. What is it? What does it do?
It's like for class, like you would have a.
Maybe I used it. I don't even remember. It's been so long.
Yeah, like we had Blackboard.
I used Blackboard.
And then we switched to Canvas like halfway through college, and Canvas was like a million times better.
Got it. Okay. All right. A new ticker. And again, it was INST. Aaron's going to have more details for us tomorrow. Looking forward to that, Aaron.
Yeah, because I want to I need to do a little bit more DD. Like, this is one that just came across my radar last night, and I liked it on the first glance. But like I said, I'm not going to speak too much on it right now just because I haven't done that DD. But when I do, I will be here to deliver that straight to Zinger Nation. Go ahead, let me know what you guys think of it. Oh, Master of Stocks saying half his classes are on it. Canvas works really well. Course management system, platform. So, yeah, I mean, it's a. One thing I worry about it is as we get back through COVID, like, does it lose some value? Sure, but the flip side is I was using Canvas in college before COVID was even a thing. So I think it's one of those things that was going to be growing regardless, and COVID just kind of sped that growth along. but the growth is still there.
I'm into it. Actually, we're gonna speak to one, not that company, but one company like that tomorrow on our All Access show, which will be before this show. Very excited for that. Hey, somebody mentioned SoFi. This, I have to admit, I got this one wrong. If you were taking a trade on SoFi, and you heard me the other day, I was, even though it was a really good headline and I'm long the stock for a long-term thing, in the short term, I was not feeling great. I really wasn't. I was not feeling bullish on the short-term prospects of SoFi for this week. I thought we could probably see $12 again in the next couple of days.
Did you see the caveat they gave SoFi? They granted them the banking license, but they gave them a condition.
I have to admit that I didn't see that.
So they basically said,
I'm a bad investor. What did it say?
They basically said you can get your banking license, but you can't do any of your banking through crypto.
That's funny. That's.
I don't know if that's bullish or bearish for the stock. I don't really think it's either. I'm still bullish SoFi long term. But what were you were saying that you expected like a move downward in the short term?
Yeah, I was expecting us to go back to $13 by today or tomorrow. Here we are the other way. So I'm certainly not crying about it. I mean, this is good for me. But I have to admit, I didn't see the second day. Yesterday we held the gains. Today now we're up to $16. I definitely did not see that coming at all. So that's great for all of us that are long SoFi. Go us, and great job in the market for not doing what I thought it would do. So
I love all the chats about Canvas right now. Sasha, shout out Sasha Monique from Miami. She's saying it's a course management system better than Blackboard. Master of Stonks, half his classes are on it. So we're gonna get Instructure, the company that runs Canvas, on the show.
Yeah, let's get them on the show.
I'm gonna finish doing my due diligence on them. We're gonna do a full report on it, and
okay,
I'm telling you, this could be one of those stocks that really. I'm not gonna say 10x. I'm not gonna throw that out there.
Let's get them on the show.
But let's get them on the show.
Let's make that happen, Zoltan. If you're around, let's make that happen.
I already on it, Spencer.
Make it happen, Zoltan. You can do it. You can do anything. Zoltan's our booking extraordinaire.
Well,
awesome.
Zoltan and myself,
and Aaron, but also Zoltan.
Mostly Zoltan.
Mostly Zoltan. Anyway, let's take a look at this. If everything is green today, then that means surely crypto must be up.
Yes, and I was just talking about this earlier with someone else in the office. I was like, I don't even check futures anymore. I check Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin's up, I know at least in tech, I know at least NASDAQ is more than likely going to have a good day, right?
Let's find out.
It's a great metric, I think, just for risk on versus risk off. How are investors feeling? How are the markets feeling? So I woke up this morning, 7:30 a.m., checked Bitcoin, saw Bitcoin was up 2.5%. It's
going to be a good day.
I said it's going to be a good day, and wouldn't you know it, NASDAQ's up 2%. So I'm just saying, it's been working. It's going to continue working until it doesn't. Until we see that correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market break, at least Bitcoin and big tech, right? I think we can see Bitcoin be down and maybe the Dow's up, right? Like that wouldn't shock me. But at least for big tech stocks, and honestly, like if you look at Bitcoin's chart versus Tesla, like stocks like that, really. Any green day for Bitcoin, Tesla's going to have a green day and vice versa.
So you remember when Tesla was considered like a Bitcoin play for a hot second? That was funny. Anyway, let's take a look at that crypto heat map, shall we? What a surprise. What a surprise. Everything is up. I didn't see this coming. Bitcoin up 3%, ETH up 4%. No red on the screen. Our old friend.
How's Near doing?
Yeah, I was gonna you beat me to it. Our old friend Near Protocol, that's up 100% in the last month and 500% in the last year, is up once again today. Not a lot. It's only up like 1%, but hey, that's something.
Where's Logan Ross and Ryan? Aren't they supposed to tell me about Near before it goes up 500%?
You gotta be watching Moon or Bust to get the scoop. That's the deal.
Where can I watch Moon or Bust, Spencer?
Mondays and Fridays, right after this show is over. Right after us. They're on twice a week. They'll be on tomorrow. They'll be on Monday. Except for when they aren't, but they'll be on tomorrow. I've been assured. I've been guaranteed that they'll be on tomorrow. Anyway, the heat map is green. You'll love to see it. If you want to participate, you want some more exposure to Bitcoin, get yourself the best kind of Bitcoin, the free kind of Bitcoin.
I want free Bitcoin.
Free Bitcoin for everyone. Everyone. All you have to do is download the Voyager app, enter the code on your screen, ZING, Z-I-N-G, sign up, fund your account with $100, make a trade, any trade, and they will send you $50 in Bitcoin. Free Bitcoin is the best kind of Bitcoin. You know, that's what they say.
All right, guys, just to do a quick another rundown of what we've got coming up on the show. You got to stick around because you don't want to miss some great guests we have coming up. Hot Stocks Luke himself.
Hot Stocks Luke is here.
Luke Jacoby will be joining us in about, 8 minutes, right at noon Eastern. So if you've got questions for Luke, if you've got some hot stocks you want him to look at, get them ready for the chat. Then after that, Vivi Biotech Queen will be joining us at 12:15 to talk some biotech stocks. Again, same thing. If you've got any biotech questions, save them for Vivi, 12:15. She'll be on with us. And then after that, Spencer, we've got a SPAC coming on the show, right?
We do. Manscaped. I am extremely excited for this. One, because I want to talk about the products, but two, I want to talk about the business, right? Like the business of like male grooming specifically. And you've heard of them because they advertise like on half of the podcasts in the world right now. It seems like. So we're gonna talk. We got a lot of questions for Manscaped. I'm very excited for that. So that'll be at
Spencer. Will you wall on air inquire about them sponsoring our show?
I mean, we could. I wasn't gonna put him on a spot like that, but like
Aaron Thomas just looked at me with a very disappointed look.
I was gonna send a nice note after the fact, but I'm
right,
sure
we'll
the
go that route.
The cat's out of the bag now. How about we make that the first question?
Huh?
I think Bree just wants a Manscaped kit.
Wait, well, let's just make that the first question while we're at it.
Yeah, just be like, hey, we see you sponsoring other podcasts. We're a podcast and a live stream.
Okay.
I was trying to talk to you
Paul
guys,
Tran will
but
be on,
I
by the way.
realized-
Paul Tran's the founder and the CEO.
Oh, Rohan's trying to talk to us, but we're not wearing our headphones.
Rohan, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I know. I realized.
Wait, actually, we can, but keep going because
But like, if you're talking, you won't hear me probably. So I was just saying, Bree's just trying to get a Manscaped kit. Like that's all he wants out of this.
Wait, can they hear Rohan right now?
Yeah.
They can
Okay.
hear me.
Yeah, we're not wearing our headphones, but he's not far away from us.
But I'm saying, like, if you ask them live, it might just put them on the spot where they'll say yes, and then they'll be tied into. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of like after the fact, the emails might get lost in the chain. Who knows?
Jason says it's a good idea to just put him on the spot like that.
That's what. Yeah, exactly. That's what Jason would do. I know. So we can.
All right, you can do that. I was gonna send a very nice note thanking Paul for coming on the show.
We can make it nice. I can just be like, well, say we wanted to be a Manscaped affiliate. How do we go about that? And then they'll tell us.
Okay, yeah. I'll mention to Paul when he's on that I am I'm willing and able to beta test any product that they have without getting too into the details there. But
Are you saying you're a good guinea pig for them?
For sure.
Okay.
I will.
I don't know what that means. I'm not going to ask.
I will
any more
test
questions.
anything. I will test anything that they've got. Okay.
Oh, man.
Consider that a message, Paul. He's not watching us right now, but he'll be on in like a half hour or so. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. WWJD. What would Jason do? That's exactly what we're thinking of. Anyway, beta test on the live stream. Slow down, Pat. I'm not quite sure we're there yet. Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
All right, Zinger Nation, let us know what stocks you guys are watching right now. Shelly, what's going on, Shelly? Shelly, you got any trades, any stocks, any cryptos even you're looking at? We're looking for some more stocks, anything we can trade really for some ideas.
All right, so yeah, my last trade was a massive screw up, so we're not going to do that again.
Well, let's talk about that. What was the stock?
Okay, so I'll bring it up on the screen here.
And does that stock have a product that's out on the market?
No, I traded DWAC, and I did so many things wrong that I guess it's worth rehashing if you want to rehash it. Where's the chart? There it is. So I bought. Let's zoom in.
But okay, so what was your initial inclination to buy this? Because I feel like this is out of your wheelhouse. Typically, when it comes to stocks,
I traded DWAC before, and I did it profitably.
Okay.
I bought this thing on on Tuesday at like 3:45, right in like the $88. It was ripping into the close, and I was like, yes, we're gonna do this. So I did it, thinking it was gonna head to 100, putting my stop at 81.50 or somewhere thereabouts, right? And the reason I chose 81 is because that was where VWAP was, and $7 seemed like a reasonable amount of money to risk on this trade. It was a very small trade, very small account, basically just a YOLO for me. Wednesday morning happens, and you see the flush off the open, and I decide, nope, calling the audible, cancel the sell order. We're gonna ride this wave out, and then I ended up riding it all the way down to like $78, and where I promptly sold it. So that's where we're at. I'm out of DWAC. If I just held it for like a few more hours, I would be not up, but I would be down to less. So many lessons learned here. Stick to your exit plan if you have one, but also don't risk money you can't afford to lose. It was just a silly thing overall.
You know what stock I'm watching today, Spencer, that I really like right now?
Yeah, Alibaba.
No, but
It's up 5%.
It is 5. It's up 5. I do have open calls on Alibaba.
I didn't know that.
Full disclosure,
right.
Those are up nicely today. But yeah, I mean this stock, come on,
Zillow.
way undervalued.
I'm guessing.
I don't like Zillow.
Dropbox.
Nope.
Smile Direct Club.
No, what's that doing today? It was up about 7% yesterday.
Everything is up. So even STC is having a good day, but it's
Look at that chart.
oh my gosh.
This one we'll get another pop in this before it's all said and done.
This is my hot take. Someone's gonna buy them. Someone's gonna buy Smile Direct Club for like $6 or $7.
Are there any like direct to consumer
I'm
companies
glad you asked.
that are doing well?
Oh, not. I thought you were going with ones that have been taken over. Casper just got bought.
By
Private equity firm.
okay.
Are there any direct to consumer companies that are doing well?
Yeah.
I guess we can ask Paul about this. We can ask Manscaped about that. But I think the answer might be no.
Wait, Casper. I saw a Twitter thread like 2 weeks ago about Casper being a buyout target. I guess that person was right.
No. Casper got the headline broke in November.
Oh, okay. So it's been okay.
Here's Purple.
It was about Purple too.
Oh my gosh.
I guess it was some guy that was like a mattress expert was talking about Purple and Casper.
Oh man, look at Purple.
So what about Sleep Number?
That's not direct to consumer.
I know,
though.
but I'm short Sleep Number.
You are?
Yeah. Not in theory.
Oh.
Because didn't I tell you like
yeah, we went through this.
And I wanted to buy like Sleep
Yeah,
Number puts
yeah.
because of all this, but the stock like wasn't very volatile. But I wish I would have. Look at that. I mean, that was like 3 months ago. I would have made a lot of money on that.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It took 4 times for appointments when they were supposed to deliver my bed before they actually did. And so of course I was like sleeping on the floor waiting for my mattress. It's kind of a big deal, and they didn't seem to care.
That's
terrible. It was terrible customer service. Like honestly, like complete honesty, probably the worst customer service I've ever encountered.
Really?
In any interaction ever in my life.
This is a fun little thing we can do before Luke comes on. What is the worst customer service experience you've ever had? His is obviously Sleep Number. He's scarred from that.
Yeah, like in 5 years when it's time for me to buy another mattress, I will still remember that, and it will not be even on my list of like things to consider.
I'm probably going to go with Comcast. I've wasted between 12 and 24 hours of my life, which is like not a lot in the grand scheme of things, on hold or yelling at Comcast. And I, on behalf of my parents, you know what I mean? I don't even have Comcast right now. But Comcast, no, I don't, no Comcast. Christian says Charter, Spectrum, Young Money, Sprint. Oh, had my share of arguments with the phone company as well.
I've actually born to be free saying AT&T or DirecTV, effectively like the same company, right?
Right.
I've actually had I've had AT&T for like my whole life.
Yeah.
I've actually had like pretty good, I feel like, customer service with AT&T in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's indicative of like their customer service overall, but I think I've been lucky with AT&T and always been pleased with my service.
Verizon has not been bad to me. So Sasha says Pottery Barn. I can't wait. Let's hear that story, Sasha. Citi from Vincent. He's had a bad experience with City.
Ooh.
You hear a lot of the cable providers.
I
so
think
AT&T,
I was gonna say I
obviously.
think the cable providers and like Wi-Fi providers. I think that's just like I think you're just always gonna get shitty customer service. Like I've had different Wi-Fi. Like I had a different Wi-Fi provider at home in St. Louis, and when I was in college. Now here in all three places, I've had terrible customer service. Comcast was one of them.
I just can't with them. I'm sorry. I just can't with them. You know who actually gave me pretty good customer service last time I needed it? The U.S. Postal Service. I had a package that was marked as delivered that never showed up. They were very helpful.
Really?
USPS. Can we invest in government entities? No.
Well, speaking of that, okay.
Wait, Luke, come back.
No,
Luke,
he's gone.
Luke, come back.
He's gone. He can't do the show anymore. Can you pull up Electrify America real quick?
Give me a ticker.
It's not a ticker.
So pull up the website?
Yeah. Like this
All right.
is a private company. I just don't understand. Like, is it a
Luke, come on over. We're talking about something that Aaron wants to talk about.
your worst customer experience?
Yeah, Electrify.
Customer service
Do
appearance.
you want to share us your worst customer experience story right now, Luke? Not really. All right, Aaron. Why did I bring this up?
Because I was trying to understand: is this like a government? Like, is the government subsidizing this? Is this a government thing? Is it a private company? If it is a private company, are they going to go public? Because they're doing some cool things. So we need to do some research on Electrify America. If anyone in the chat knows anything about Electrify America, drop your knowledge there.
Okay. JGC says Wix had bad service. We have an experience with Wix. Sorry, they're talking about me right now, and I don't know what they're saying.
We were actually talking about sports betting.
Luke, you don't have to put your headphones on because I'm right here. I'm right here, man.
We were actually talking about sports betting, Spencer. We got to line up our picks for this weekend. 4 games, 4 picks.
Okay. Do you want to share with us your worst customer experience that you had in recent memory?
Yeah, but I'm going to need a minute to think of it.
Okay, that's fine. Some ideas. Wells Fargo, Talbot's credit card. We had AT&T, we had Verizon, we had Pottery Barn, Citi, Sprint. I said Comcast. Airbnb. That's one interesting. Anyway, okay. Hot Stocks, Luke. Welcome to the show, man.
All right. Are we gonna spit some fire today, Spency?
I'm ready to spit fire.
We're going in on some stocks.
We're going in on some stocks. Do you want me to pull up some charts?
Do you already have ones? I got a couple. You start.
With
This is the full opinion segment. Is that fine?
this is the opinion segment. Let's bring on my charts. So let's move off of Sleep Number. You want my opinion on anything? You want just my hottest take of the day? My hottest take of the day is that SDC is going to get taken out at like $5. That's my hot take of the day.
And can we get the chat up too?
Yeah, Rohan, can you put the chat up, please?
And then also, why do we have we only show this top banner on the TV that scrolls a little bit? Shouldn't we have cool stuff on the TV?
We got some feedback on that yesterday, actually.
From who?
The changing lights. We got someone who's not a fan of the changing lights, so we can fix. We can change that.
Look at Spencer. Now I'm in the background. I'm in the software. I'm in control now. Okay. ThinkPad. It's the biggest laptop ever made. That's true. This is the opinion segment. Okay. This is a 17-inch, very very thick laptop. Hold up yours, Spencer. Let's get some depth comparison here.
Okay.
Yeah. This thing is a monster. This laptop weighs 12 pounds.
Wow.
Circa 2002. All right.
That thing is a beast. And also, though, it does get really hot, though, right?
Not anymore. I replaced it.
Oh, okay.
The new one's okay.
All right. Good stuff.
All right.
Good stuff. All right, Luke, you have hot picks for us?
I don't know. I've got a handful of opinions.
A handful? That's better than none.
Yep.
Should we do a countdown from lukewarm to hottest? Get it? Lukewarm?
Yeah, let's do that.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk China names, Chinese stocks. I know everybody hates when I talk about the Chinese stocks, but I've been on them for a minute. We have a couple trades in, most notably at our last Benzinga boot camp. We bought the 190 strike calls in Baba that are expiring in January 2023. January 20th, 2023. So exactly a year from today, actually. We've had a great run on them thus far. It's been a couple weeks where the calls are already up 80%, and that's not bad for a call that's expiring an entire year from now, 13 months from when we bought it. Here's what's interesting about the Chinese names today. I'm just going to read this Why Is It Moving that we have for Alibaba on the screen right now. Shares of several Chinese stocks are trading higher after the People's Bank of China cut key lending rates. So the exact opposite of the problem that we're having in the U.S.
I saw,
where rates are going up. China is cutting rates. Okay,
I saw that this morning. I was like, wait, what? They're going the other way.
Yes, and so these stocks are still killed. Can you what is this? Is this a daily chart?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is dailies, right? So you see in Alibaba, I mean, the stock has still gotten absolutely obliterated over the course of the past year. There is still absolutely significant risk, regulatory risk on these names, and for that reason, I still like the Chinese stocks with calls, cheap, out of the money calls. Baba is one of those stocks. We've said it so many times where a year from now, anybody who's getting into this stock is either going to look like a genius or an idiot. There's not going to be a middle ground. I've picked the side of getting long in it. We've had a nice little run. We got a little bit of news today that China's cutting the key interest rates. So I like that. That said, I'm being very selective with the Chinese stocks right now. So here's one that I think is a fade, Spencer. Since everybody loves to hate the Chinese names, I'll give you one to hate.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Neo?
No, it's not Neo today.
Was that close?
Nope. You're a little bit.
All right. What is it?
Tiger Brokers.
Ooh, Up Fintech.
Yeah, Up Fintech.
More like down.
TIGR. Tango India Golf
More
Romeo.
like down Fintech, am I right?
Yeah, more like down Fintech. Again,
right.
Stock absolutely clobbered. It's getting a really, really nice move today. Stock's up 12% today on that interest rate announcement. That said, I think that there's still concerns for the space. And for that reason, just the general concerns about the space, I think that this is one in the group to potentially fade.
Because
we are, I will say this, we are at high of day. So it's not one that I'd be looking to trade against today. Because again, we are at high of day, but when that momentum starts to crack, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, it's a move that I'm fading.
Because of regulatory concerns, right? Because the government
No. That's not the story with this one.
Oh,
Just the brokerage space in general.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So you have the regulatory concerns, right? And that's where I'm saying I can look past that. And I can buy some really cheap, out-of-the-money, far-out calls, not risk a ton of capital for a shot at a decent reward. I can look past that. But I'm being selective with those names that I'm actually choosing. And this is one where I don't love the space right now. Let's see how this guidance comes out in the next set of earnings reports that we get. But until crypto starts ripping again, and that's where a lot of these new age brokerages made a lot of money, until crypto starts ripping again, I don't love the space, and for that reason, I'm fading this one.
That speaks to something I said this morning on pre-market prep, which is like I'm really looking forward to the Robinhood earnings report. Not even so much for like what the Robinhood's business and all that, but just like new accounts. I want to see how many new accounts were created last quarter. Last quarter, you got to the point at the end of the year where, we spent the majority of last year going down in all the hot, sexy growth stocks, right? I want to see how their new account growth changed last quarter, and then we can extrapolate that for like retail sentiment at large. And that speaks to what he was just saying, right? Which is, that's what it comes down to is new accounts. So I'm into that. I'm into that idea. I'm not. I don't know if I'm sold on the idea that structurally speaking, like the space is due for a decline. At least I'm not as sold as Luke is, but I appreciate your thought. So okay, that was one you liked, Baba. You're long. One you don't like, Tiger. You are just hands off.
I'm hands off,
Yep.
Potentially fading. Can I keep going, Spencer? What's the rules?
Keep going, man.
How many minutes? You said I have 15 minutes. I have 5 minutes.
You can
left.
go until I keel over and die.
All right. Here's the next one. This is a new one. We have not talked about this name in a long time, Spencer.
Are we
Is that
still
okay?
Are we still China or no?
We're out of China.
I
Everybody
didn't
hates
know
China.
that.
If you would rather live in China, put 1 in the chat. If not, rather put 2. Spencer's a 1 guy over here. Okay.
Wait, if I wanted to really like piss off some Chinese people, I would talk about how I used to live in Taiwan, but we're not going to go there.
What do you mean Taiwan? What is?
I lived in Taiwan when I was
I don't know what that is.
when I was but a baby.
I don't recognize that.
When I was just a wee,
Not in my vocabulary.
I was a wee lad. Anyway, okay, we're off of China now. What's next?
All right, we're off of China now. This one, I think I have an interesting play. Am I able to share screens right now or no?
Yes.
I can. Can you add me on, Spence?
Yeah.
And what do people say? Would they rather live in China or no?
Everybody would rather live in China. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. I'm just asking. This is the voice of the people. All right, new stock pick.
Nobody wants to live there. Just to be clear about that, at least in our chat.
Okay, just making sure.
Leslie's, you've been on this one for a minute.
No. This is a new pick, baby. I've not been on this one for a minute.
Leslie's,
This
you
was
were
a-
on this like 2 years
This is
ago.
a 2020 trade. We've been out of it for like 2 years. It's a new trade.
That's what I just said. You were on this like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was on this like 2 years ago, and it's back, baby. All right, check it out. What we're looking at right now, we are looking at 2 years of charts on Leslie's. These are weekly candles. Check out, it was actually almost exactly 1 year ago. Check out this rip that we got in Leslie's. If you don't know what Leslie's is, it is a pool supply company. Okay.
I spent many Saturday mornings of my life with accompanying my dad to Leslie's. Not fun. Anyway.
So you had a pool growing up?
Yes.
What the hell? Why you just gotta flex on us like that? All right, I didn't have a pool growing up. Actually, my when I was 18 and moved out of the house, my mom then got a pool installed at our house.
Nice.
Which I think is hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Anyway, can I guess why Leslie's had the huge run?
yeah.
There was that crazy storm in Texas.
Arctic blast in the
There was
southern
the
U.S.
Arctic blast in Texas, and a lot of people had pool damage.
Yes,
And
sir.
they needed to fix it.
Yes, sir.
And so they went to Leslie's.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
What are we getting? We're getting a little bit more of an Arctic blast. We're getting.
Wait, we are?
So we're getting parts of the country that are getting abnormal weather versus what they normally get.
I didn't know that.
Yep. You had some cold weather concerns going across the southern U.S. and then look at everything that happened out in California. Just crazily dumped on. Do they typically get something? Yes. But this was super abnormal.
All right,
Virginia,
it's fine.
exact same case, right? Really abnormal. So this one is a swing trade into earnings.
Do we know when earnings are?
14 days from now, February 3rd.
Okay.
Okay, so this one's a swing trade into earnings.
Okay.
That we're going to get some positive commentary from the company about a nice little uptick in sales on some of this cold weather concerns. What I like about that is that this is typically their slowest quarter of the year. Right, think about this quarter that we're just coming out of, and
Sure.
in right now this let's call it January to March quarter. If we get a little bit of commentary about a nice uptick in sales, we get a decent run out of this stock. So that's the story side. But whenever I have my stories, I also have my numbers. So let's dig into the number side of things. So right now you have Leslie's, and I'm going to pull up a trusty calculator for today. You got a $3.8 billion market cap. Let's get over to the financials. All right, so you have a $3.8 billion market cap. If you look at this trailing 4-quarter period, you have sales of $1.3 billion. So that means that the stock is trading actually at a little bit below 3 times price to sales.
Can we show how the other way to see that though is on the overview tab? You can just go to overview rather than do the math in your head.
I always do the math in my head.
I know Luke's the math guy.
So here's my thing with math and just trusting the ratios that you get from somewhere. And part of my job is like corporate finance, right? Operating finance here at Benzinga. If there's something that I don't understand what the calculation is, I by default don't trust it. Right? If somebody gives me a number and I don't have an understanding as to what that number is, by default I don't trust that number.
But then step 2
So
is
that's why I calculate it myself.
Oh, okay.
All right, but again, what?
Shouldn't you learn? Right? Isn't that step 2? Is to learn about the number?
But how am I going to get the calculation here, Spencer? I see that the price sales is 2.98.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what the like
Okay.
the I want to
I see what you're saying.
Right. So I'm taking out $3.8 billion in market cap divided by 1.3 million trailing 12-month sales. That's going to get me to 2.92 price to sales ratio.
Oh, what are the odds? It's so much. It's so.
Yeah. Okay. S&P 500 average. S&P 500 average is, let's call it 4.5 right now.
Really? Is it that high?
It's that high.
Oh,
Yep,
I had
up over 4.
I did not know that.
So it's not like we're buying a YOLO stock with a crazy valuation that if the thesis isn't right, we shouldn't get cracked in this one. And that's why I feel comfortable taking this on a little bit of a swing into earnings.
All right.
Thoughts on that, Spency? Again, we had some regions of the country with some abnormal weather. Hopefully that kicks off the same thing that we saw last year, which was a really nice uptick in sales and then followed by a really nice uptick in share price. And then again, if the story doesn't pan out, we're at least pretty protected on the valuation side of things.
I'm curious now. I just popped in my pro. I just popped into my separate news feed that I reserve for PRs and SEC filings, and I just popped into Leslie's, and I just wanted to take a gander and see, is there anything that the company's come out with in the last couple of months, anything notable I see as far as insider activity or press releases? And the answer is no, not really. I don't really see anything. They did a secondary.
Okay, let's talk about that side of it too.
That's interesting.
The cash position is fine, right? Which is something else that makes us feel a little bit better. Here. Oh, you took the screen back.
Sorry, no, I'll bring it back.
No, that's fine. I'm just looking at the balance sheet right now.
Okay.
Right. So it de-risks that a little bit too.
So wait, let's just see. So they just did a secondary and they priced it at where? I have to skim quickly.
No, Spencer, your numbers are going to be in a color.
No, I know, but I don't see the color around, which is why I'm skimming. It should be there. It should always be in the color, right? But they're not here. So this is weird. This is very strange. There's no price here. It says they announced the pricing, but there's no price. That doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, ignore that. Anyway.
All right, so there's the Leslie's thesis again. I think that there's room for some upside surprise in this upcoming report. It's 14 days away. Plus, I think we're at least somewhat protected on the valuation side of things. If you guys like that one, drop me the 1 in the chat. If you don't, drop me the 2. I want to see where everybody's at with
the other thing that may factor into Leslie's is this is a company that can also, with relative ease, pass along inflation down to their consumers, right? Inflated costs, supply costs.
Why? Because you're saying it's elastic or inelastic good?
Because people, if you have a pool, like, you don't have a choice. You need to buy stuff, right? If your pool is messed up because of the weather, or you have a frozen pipe, or you need antifreeze, or your liner is ripped, you don't have a choice. You need to buy things to fix it. So Leslie's gonna, whatever cost increases they experience, they're just gonna pass it right along. So yeah, that makes it elastic. Dude, it's been so long since I took econ. I don't know.
It's either elastic or inelastic.
It's been a decade since I took an econ class.
It's closer to cigarettes than it is to vacations.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah.
All right. Did you talk about GLD yet? By chance?
Yesterday we did. Not so much the GLD per se as like the gold stocks. Like, can I pull up gold for you?
Yeah.
You want to look at the GLD? We'll look at the GLD,
Yeah.
but the GLD is like quiet compared
let's
to.
pull it up.
All right, GLD down today. Spot gold. What's the thesis here? Inflation.
Okay. Yeah. So I've been pretty long gold for quite a while. It's actually my third largest position. Is the ETF GLD. It's the we saw a nice little run yesterday. And the thesis is exactly what everybody expects it to be, right? This is your bear market / inflation hedge. I think about it a little bit more from the inflation perspective than the bear market perspective. But that's why I have it. And again, just because it was hot yesterday, I just wanted to call it. It is the third largest holding I have.
Wow.
I have some the largest holdings are very, very boring, Spencer. Number 1 is SPY by far. Number 2 is IWM by far.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Number 3 is GLD.
Do you don't know what my largest holdings are? Mine are like yours. My number 1 largest holding is VOO, followed by VEU, which is the international equivalent. And anyway, Luke owns the Russell. That's a tough sledding there. All right, Luke Jacoby, we got
tough sledding. All right, time's up.
Yeah, we got Vivi the Bio Queen lurking in the background here, so we got to get her on the show. So, any final thoughts for us here as we
happy trading, everyone. I will talk to you all soon.
There we go. You heard it here first. Luke Jacoby, Hot Stocks Luke. All right, let's bring on. There, we can leave it now. Let's bring on Vivi, the Bio Queen. She's here right now. Vivi, what's up? How we doing?
Hello.
How's your week going?
Oh, good. How about you?
It's okay. I can't complain. It feels like a Wednesday, but it's Thursday. That's always exciting.
It is exciting.
All right. What's new in biotech land? The IBB is not up today. Why? Everything else is up. Why can't the IBB go up?
Did you see XBI? Look at the last 2-year chart.
All right. 1 second. XBI.
Just put a year chart.
Yeah, I know. Sure. Oh, I thought you were gonna. Yeah, of course it's going down. I mean, it doesn't seem to stop. Even on a day like today.
You know what I've been doing? You guys are gonna laugh at this, but it's been working. Okay, it's a strategy that's been working. So I refuse to sell on my IRA, on my biotech. My IRA, it's filled with biotech, probably like 90% of it. That those are the companies that I have a high conviction. So what I did was I was trading in and out of my Fidelity. I got because it's IRA, so I don't have to pay capital gains, capital loss. So I got a little amount, and I saw a dark pool for 450 puts for February 18th, right, at $3 million. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy February puts. I'll buy 10 contracts of February 450 puts, and every time I get I've been making $2,000 at a time. The SPY drops, I make $2,000, and then I'll go sell, and then it goes up to 458, 460. Then I buy again the same puts, because I have a month out, so I'm not stressing. Nothing goes up straight. The only thing that goes down straight is XBI. So usually nothing goes straight or down. But the only thing that's been going down in XBI. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to hedge my portfolio with the SPY.
Okay. All right. Got any new names for us this week?
Well, let's put Prague, because I feel like this stock, everyone is freaking out. It has gotten so much bidding, waiting for a reversal here so I can finally add more back to average down the position I had. I had 30,000 shares. I made a lot of money at the top, and then I kept 5,000 shares, and now I'm back holding, right? So I want to add back some, but I just wanted people to remind 2 things. When they were able to settle some of their debt, the creditor, instead of getting, money from them, and having them dilute the stock, the creditor got the money with the stock, and it was not vesting until 6 months from now, the loan, the maturity of the loan. So they believe they have so much faith in Prague that they took it in shares. So I needed to continue to remind people that there's people out there that really truly believe in this company, and I believe in this company, but because there's not a lot of catalysts coming up soon, the shorts are taking a huge advantage of the situation. But we have a data coming up in Q2, so we'll have a catalyst in Q2. So I think the pain is almost over. And then if you can put my baby up, BCRX, I feel wow, it at such a discount. You know,
But has anything changed here? I mean, the stock is doing what it's just doing what it's doing. It's going back and forth. It had a huge run. It's coming back to earth now. I mean, has anything changed?
no, this is really exciting. You know, they're gonna pull CR in February, and I think they're gonna beat earnings. And you know, the pipeline for the PNH drug, it's still on, and I believe that this is a huge rare disease monster company in the making. So anybody that has not had the opportunity to get into BCRX, obviously I'm not a finance advisor, but I would have do a DD on BCRX, look at the annual report of the CEO, and make a decision for yourself. But myself, I believe this will be a triple digit stock one day if we don't get that out earlier. So it's definitely my biggest hold. And then we can take, because it's so beat down, like the XPIs is so beat down that I think anything right now that we buy, we might see a 20-30% return long term, right? Because I mean, if you look at any of the big investors, Alex Danner, Sarisa Capital, people are like they're like 50% down, from where they invest in these companies. So any of these small biotechs that have a future, it's a sale right now. I'll tell you guys who what is sitting on my portfolio long term and that I'm holding. I have AGEN, I have LCTX, I have ONCT, I have a BCRX, and I have a BNGO, and I have a PROG. So and ADAP, Adaptive Immune is going to be a huge company one day. They have the partnership with the Genentech for up to almost $4 billion.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, just real fast. Can you repeat those? I'll put them in the chat.
Yeah. So ADAP, if you want to put the chart up, ADAP is the company that I think will be huge. They have a partnership with Genentech for almost $4 billion, and they're fully funded until 2024. So there's no risk for dilution there. So it's one of those companies that you can buy and tuck it away. You're not going to be worried about dilution at all because they have a Genentech behind them that's fully funding them. So the deal is up to almost $4 billion. So no, it will be, I'll type it here for you.
Okay.
Is the AP, AGN, BCRX, KMPH too, KMPH, Prog,
that one.
Prog, AGN, and ONCT, BNGO. It's almost like a lotto ticket,
Are you dropping these in the chat? Just
I did. I dropped it in the chat. So I think for obviously we don't have a lot of time. Maybe there's so many companies at a discount right now. So maybe if the listeners wanted to throw in some tickers, and we can discuss next week in regards to what catalysts are coming. The problem is, guys, it's so beaten down, the biotech sector, that anything that you buy that has a catalyst coming up, it's almost like certain to make some money, because I don't think that at the bottom, it's the XBI, people saying there's another 15%. So that's why I haven't added anything, because it's still going down.
Couple questions here. Marsh, SELB.
I have a Selb. I love Selb. Selb is gonna be. I forgot. That's another one. Selb. I have a Selb as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I think Selb has a huge potential. Huge. So look at the beaten down. Everything it's down 50%. Spencer. Every chart you put up, besides BCRX.
POAI.
POAI. Don't know that ticker.
Predictive Oncology, 92 cents.
Yeah, 92 cents. Okay.
And this one is, I think, OTC. Wait a minute. Come on now. Come on. Where's my charts? What happened to my charts? I lost my charts. There we go. MEDXF. Medexus.
MEDXF.
Yeah. Trades OTC, $2.
Oh,
and
it
then
got downgraded. Yeah, okay, definitely take a look at you guys.
and then there's a couple more from the chat. ALYI. ALYI. Don't know what. That's not a.
Oh, okay.
yes, it is. Okay.
REO, I think that has a lot of potential. BCTX. Okay, BCTX. What is a BCTX charge? I would have loved to add BCTX. The fact that the insiders committed to buy 10% of the company is huge, huge. So BCTX is on my radar for me to purchase. And then I forgot Grits. Grits has had the worst being down. The pipeline is strong. They lost 50% after they reported good studies on their vaccine. I'm still holding GRTS. I added more and I averaged down. GRTS, Gridstone Pharma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, can you believe it? From 30 to 5.
All these charts look so ugly. I don't even know what I would just say. I guess know how Vivi can take a lot of pain, right? In her in her positions. Know how much pain you can take, please. Seriously, Young Money's asking where the bottom is on Moderna, Vivi. I would love your thoughts on Moderna. It just can't seem to catch a bid any day. You know what I mean? It just falls and falls and falls. Do
you think it may be because now they just said that you need a 4th booster, and now people really not believing that?
But I always thought the thesis on Moderna was that it's not even about COVID; it's about the mRNA technology that can be applied to other vaccines. That's what the thesis was on the way up. Yeah. So I have no idea what is on the way down now. It was not.
Can you imagine buying at a 450? What was the high there?
Yeah, 500. No, it wasn't 500. It was 497. Excuse me, 497. No, I can't. Nuts. Frankly, I can't. It's brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah. Now let's put big pharma. How's Gilead doing? GILD. GILD. Gilead. 68. Let's put ALNY. I love that company. They also have mRNA. ALNY.
There we go.
Look at
brutal.
that. Brutal. I mean, look at the potential here to hold this long term. Nothing has changed fundamentally, and so, but it's pretty much, you can just shoot any dart you can just throw anything into the wall to stick. Great opportunity here to buy these companies and hold. I mean, people have not been cured. We have not found a cure for cancer. We have not found a cure for diabetes. People still diabetic. People still obese. People still have a cardiovascular disease. I mean, nothing has changed, and innovations are always going to still here. I don't think this administration or the past administration, the behind, they cannot crush innovation, or people are not going to find cure for any of these diseases in the future. So
all right,
it's a matter of just timing. We just need to see what the bottom is for XBI and then start adding.
Vivi the Bio Queen, her Twitter handle it's on screen, but it's also in the description of this video. Follow her on Twitter. Vivi, thanks a lot. We'll see you next Thursday.
It was so nice to see you. And the only reason I'm holding those is because it's my 401k. I'm not going to be able to touch it, until I'm much older. So I'm like, it will rebound one day.
Probably best to just forget about it anyway.
Exactly.
Right.
You guys have a great one. I'll see you next week.
Thanks a lot, Vivi. Hey, let's pivot from biotech to male grooming. How's that for a segue? Our next guest here, Paul Tran, is the founder and the CEO of, this is one I've been looking forward to for a minute here. So Manscaped is the company. You've seen them. You've heard their ads. They advertise everywhere. I listen to podcasts. They're on every podcast, it seems like. Let's bring Paul on the show, and actually let's give Paul the special introduction. Where's my special guest intro? Paul Tran, how we doing?
Hey, Spencer. How are you?
Welcome to the show. Nice background.
Thank you. Got the special intro and everything.
The special intro, only for our extra special guest. So, Paul, let's start with this. 2016 is when you founded this company. Why? What happened in your life that you made you think, oh, male grooming, but no. Direct to consumer male grooming is really where it's at.
Well, I think we all believe that male grooming is growing, and dudes were doing this, but nobody was talking about it. You look at the landscape, and if you go from head to toe, you quickly realize there was white space in this area, and nobody was doing it. Nobody was talking about it, and we hypothesized that there is a market. Dudes were doing this; they were hurting themselves because they were using the wrong tools for the job. And somebody needed to create the right tools for the job, and that's exactly what we did. Many people, they see our ads, like you, they see our ads, they see our commercials, but they don't know how fast we've grown. We went from 3 million trailing 12 months to nearly 300 million in just 36 months, with only 23 million of capital raised while being profitable and amassing over 1 million active paying subscribers.
Wow. So on that note, I do want to bring up this this graphic here. This sort of hints at all the things that you just said, right? So on that note, you didn't raise a lot of capital. Why go public, and why do it via the SPAC? BLTS, by the way, is the ticker on that.
Well, we told ourselves that if we found the perfect SPAC partner, that we would take that route. And we would only take that route if we found the perfect SPAC partner. And Bright Lights was the perfect SPAC partner. They invested in, they did the deal with Ryan Reynolds and Aviation Gin. They invested in Skims with Kim Kardashian. They are experts at this, at the Hollywood and celebrity scene. For us, we recoup our CAC, and we're incredibly media efficient. So, Spencer, as soon as you purchase one of our products online, we've already recouped our customer acquisition costs.
Really?
Unlike many other D2C companies, right? And then 70%, 70, right, of those customers, 7 out of 10 of those customers opt into becoming a subscriber. So not only are we recycling our marketing budget very quickly, which is now over $100 million that we're deploying, right? That we're recycling that cash very quickly. With Bright Lights, the reason that we chose Bright Lights is because now we can bring on a celebrity partner for each geographical area that we're deployed in. And the first one that we announced is Channing Tatum.
I mean, I'm not up to that level of fame, but I'm also not up to that level of fame. I'm just saying. But on the direct to consumer thing, it's obviously like not a new idea. Lots of other product verticals use it. And like on paper, it's like direct to consumer is like, you would think that that's the thing that Wall Street would love, because it's more cost efficient. It's going around the middleman. But a lot of D2C companies that have gone public in the last couple of years, companies like Casper and Blue Apron, have not really fared like that well on the public market. It's kind of surprising. I would love just like your take on the private market versus the public market, and D2C, how D2C fits into that.
Well, we're not D2C. We're primarily online.
Okay.
But we're also in 1,800 Target stores. We're in all Best Buys. We're in Macy's. We have a pretty. We're on Amazon. We got 50,000 reviews on Amazon. So we're about 61% D2C. There's Amazon in there. There's retail. So we're definitely omni-channel.
Okay, fair enough. Then the omni-channel approach is that's the way that everyone's going. If they're not already there, then they should be, right?
Yeah, and from day one, we knew we wanted to build an omni-channel brand.
Okay. We're getting some comments in the chat. People are commenting that your product names are very, very unique, very creative. I can attest to that. Paul, why do you think the male grooming market is one to be in? Like, I guess how much is it growing right now? I can only really speak to my own experience, but as you said before, it's not something that I talk about. No one talks about this stuff, right? So, like, why is this the market to be in?
Well, because guys are ready for it. I think women led the way decades ago, and now men are following. And you're seeing growth in male hygiene and male self-care. And that's for us. We see it very clearly. You can't grow that quickly without there being a huge total addressable market. We've deployed 4 million trimmers to the market just the last 3 years. But there's 43 million millennial men in the U.S. There's 80 million men in the U.S. So if you look at that, that's only 5% of the domestic market. And then internationally, there's 900 million income-adjusted men in our target demographics. And if you think about it, if you just talk about one of our verticals, which is the groin, right? This isn't it's like a toothbrush. This isn't a device that you're going to share. This is a device that.
I hope not. I hope not.
Right? This is a device. It's a personal care device. So it looks like those 900 million guys, they're eventually going to need a dedicated groin trimmer, and Manscaped created the category, right? Our name defines the category. But we've grown way beyond groin. I mean, we're now taking care of men from head to toe. So we have 2-in-1 shampoos. We got body spray, body wash, deodorants, even our weed whacker, which is a nose and ear hair trimmer.
Again, with the creative names. And I think one of the things that people associate Manscaped with is your marketing, right? Your strategy, right? It's very heavy on the social media, and it's very creative. I guess, and this is a question that was also just asked in our chat, but it was on my list as well. How did you come up with that? For a public company, it's definitely out there. Well, public now, but it's definitely out there.
Well, we understood that's how you speak to men. And it's a moat because it's hard to replicate. If you think about some of the incumbents, they have had a really hard time speaking to men. And men are different. It's just we took the scientific route and like why you should do this health-wise. And men didn't care. It's about, for us, it's about building that authentic connection with our customers, and we strictly only focus on men.
Well, that gets to a question that was asked in the chat as well. Are there plans to start a sister company, pun intended, or a sister vertical, pun intended?
Not in the near future. I would say. Okay. I mean, I would never. Okay. There's anything's possible, but we want to focus on men and solving the needs for men. So the way that we think about it also is, we're not a hardware player and we're not a soft goods player, right? Where we think about it holistically, we solve for routines. So that's what's really different about us. So as we launch new hardware products, and you can imagine, you've got a beard, you can imagine what other hardware products that we launch, we see a stair step in revenue growth. But the soft goods products, those drive a really long-term lifetime value.
And it's just funny, speaking from my own experience, in the span of the last 4 or 5 years, I've gone from spending nothing. I mean, I owned a razor, right? That was basically it, right? And my cost as it pertains to like grooming, like the beard, and like it is skyrocketed. So you're welcome. Or I guess thank you. I don't know what I should be saying. Thank you or you're welcome. Maybe both. But it speaks to that trend that you're talking about. So there is just so much more out there, the things that didn't exist even 5 years ago, right? And there's been an explosion of companies like yours. So like, I guess I should be saying thank you, because clearly there was a market need here and you filled it. So
yeah, you're definitely not alone. Yeah. You're definitely not alone. And for us, it's really, we're fortunate because we've only raised 23 million in capital, and we're already profitable. Yeah. This process, potentially will put on $200 million on our balance sheet, while us being debt free and profitable. You don't see that kind of asset profile out there in the market, and that's why we chose to go public. There's not assets like this on the market. And then in addition to that, because we only raised 23 million, we don't have a Series B, C, D, E investor trying to push for a lofty valuation. So when we do go out into the market, or we will be in the market, it's at a super attractive valuation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's, of course, the valuation is a thing you have to contend with now that you're going to be a public company. Maybe it wasn't as big a deal, in the private market. I'm just going through, looking at the site, and I'm just going through the different products, and I'm just wondering, like, what is your best seller? Is it just the OG lawnmower, or is it
No, our best sellers, our customers want everything. Our best sellers are the kits that you see on our website. So they don't come in and they just buy the one piece lawnmower. They buy the entire kit.
Okay, yeah, like the performance package, okay.
Exactly.
I'm interested. Full disclosure, I've never used a Manscaped product, but clearly I am in need of manscaping help. I think Aaron Bree would attest to that. He's next to me here, and he would attest to that. Actually, Aaron, you could use some yourself. You got some stuff going on over there, so maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Paul about this. Hi, Paul. How's it going on, Aaron?
Aaron.
What do you guys have specific products for your face as well?
Not yet. But I would say stay tuned. Everything that we create is very deliberate. So our lawnmower has what we call skin safe technology, and it optimizes for hair removal on loose skin. And when I tell you loose skin, you know exactly where that is, right? For us men.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Let's not go further than that.
So that's what we optimize for, and we every time we create something, it's very deliberate and it's very focused because we want to create the right tools for the job. So our lawnmower has innovative things such as USB-C, has wireless charging, and there's no other trimmer that has wireless charging. Right. It also has a light.
I have one. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I just wanted to ask, like, my biggest thing in my experience, the thing that pisses me off the most with the thing I use now is battery life. That's like the most important thing, and it's like an endless struggle with me. Is that is that a focus?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a standard. It's a standard about an hour to 90 minutes, right? Depending on products. But that's kind of the industry standard. But we also have a cradle. So when you're done, it's beautifully designed. If you look at our products, it's beautifully designed. And the problem with the battery life is you don't remember to charge it, right? You use it and then you put it in the cupboard. For us, we actually have a cradle and a stand where you can put it in there.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks beautiful.
That's right, because the stuff like what I use now, like I'll go to use it and like it's dead, and I'm just like that's and then I got to remember I'm not gonna remember to plug it in. It's like a whole thing. It's just annoying, and it doesn't take It doesn't take 2 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your question there, Aaron.
Well, I was just gonna say, Paul. I mean, it looks like Paul's got a very nice, clean shave on his face.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask. I mean, if you use another product for your face than a Manscaped product, is that what you do, or do you use a Manscaped on your face as well?
Well, the Manscaped products, once again, lawnmower is optimized for the growing. Stay tuned. We're gonna be releasing many other products for the rest of the body.
Yeah, I guess like as far as other parts of the body, you can be as specific or not as you want. What other areas are you optimizing for?
Well, if you look at other products on the market, you can imagine that Manscaped will start to expand into those other categories.
Okay. All right. I'm excited. I mean, I'm into this. This is like a thing that I need in my life. So, very excited to have you on again. Paul Tran, the founder and CEO of Manscaped. The ticker for now is BLTS, but the ticker is going to change. It's going to be Mans. Is that right?
Mans. M-A-N-S.
Mans.
Oh, that's a great
The
ticker.
manliest ticker on Wall Street. Mans. I love it.
What, Paul, before we let you go, what's the thing you're most excited about over the next year, 2 years, outside of course, going public and hitting the markets?
I'm really excited that our customers can potentially now be owners. That's really awesome. We've got a million active members, and they can finally be owners. I think that's really exciting.
What about, have you considered venturing out into, I guess, some more personal care products in terms of, maybe like lotions, creams that help with like the after aspect of shaving?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we have a crop preserver, which is the first of its kind growing deodorant for that area. And once again, when we design products, it's really deliberate, right? The name is fun, but the product is really effective, right? And our crop preserver, it applies on as a lotion, but it dries as a powder, right? So as you're active throughout the day, as athletes, as they're running, they get chafing. So with our products, it solves that issue. We also have 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. It's a phenomenal product. and body spray, body wash. And once again, let me prove to you the deliberateness of how we think about products. Like with lip balm, and we released a lip balm, and dudes' lips get chapped too, but we don't want shiny lips. Like guys just don't want to walk around with shiny lips. So we created a lip balm that when you apply it, it doesn't make your lips look shiny. So that's how we solve routines and problems just for men.
You hear that, Aaron? You don't have to have that. So
I need some right now. My lips are chapped.
Now that he's just said that, I'm just realizing that my lips are chapped.
If you ever need, some guinea pigs, we're happy. You can send us any product out there.
I will beta test whatever you want.
We'll bring it on our show. We'll talk about it. We'd love to be a sponsor sometime.
It doesn't have to be safe. It can be dangerous. I will beta test it. Okay, like I don't mind like cutting like any parts of them. I will beta test whatever you've got. Count me in.
Let's do it.
All right, put me in the beta testing program for Manscaped products. Also, how do you guys come up with the names? Last question.
It's just our internal creative team, and we created. We have I believe a world-class marketing team, and we sponsor the UFC. We sponsor. Before I let you guys go, it's a funny anecdote. I read somebody posted on one of our Instagram posts that said a message that said Manscaped's the only brand that can sponsor both drag queens and the UFC. And we're so proud of that because it speaks to the diversity and mass market appeal of our products.
Yeah, and what's incredible about that, about like what you're mentioning with the internal creative team and the marketing of Manscaped, is you're using that to take market share away from these huge players, whether you're talking about Gillette, Phillips,
Procter Gamble.
I mean, that's exactly what you need to go up against those big dogs, is that strong marketing, that kind of organic growth, which that's the most impressive thing. Again, as someone who, like Spencer, I haven't personally used a product, the marketing itself is like super impressive to me.
I have one last question. How many razors is too many razors? Or blades, sorry. How many blades is too many blades?
Well, we don't sell blades yet. We sell electric.
I know. I would just love your take. How many blades is too many blades?
I mean, if you've got like a year supply or 6 month supply, that's quite a bit.
No, I meant like, you got like the 4 blade, the 5 blade, like the 6 blade. You know what I mean? Like for the man.
Yeah, they're just gonna keep adding blades to you.
I'm just curious. How many blades is too many blades? You're clean shaving.
3 is too many already. Because every single time that you shave, you're cutting yourself. I mean, that's exactly what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, you're shaving out the most like outer layer of your skin off. I agree. I actually in the past I've had those like 5 blade.
Me too.
Pro Glide, and it's too much. I like to use the cheap disposable like 2 blade Bic razors. I feel like that's how I get the cleanest shave. So maybe when you guys do venture into that, keep that in mind. That maybe too many blades. Less is more sometimes, right?
Absolutely. And the last thing I'll say is we have some amazing customers where we created one pair of boxers for video. And when we ran it, dudes wrote in asking if they can purchase boxers. And we're not an apparel company, but we've sold over 2 million pairs of boxers. And these are Manscaped boxers. And we're super proud of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'll give you one last idea, Paul. We're going to a time where people kind of want to go back to the olden days, right? So if you guys put out a Manscaped straight razor, but maybe like put your own cool Manscaped twist on it, like this is safe, it's safer than a real straight razor to use. Like I think people would buy that up.
That's a great idea.
All right.
Paul Tran, founder and CEO of Manscaped, ticker BLTS, soon to be ticker MANS. Paul, this was the most fun I've had in a hot second, so appreciate you coming on today. I enjoyed it.
And we're looking forward to those to being guinea pigs for Manscaped.
I will guinea pig the crap out of these Manscaped products.
as long as I don't have to see it, and I'm cool.
Or we can do a live stream or not. Fine, whatever. Have a good one, Paul.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.
All right. While we were on with Paul, some shit just hit the fan.
Hey, what? All right. If you guys were watching the show yesterday,
yeah,
can we get someone, Michael Feehan, some editor out there? Can we get a clip of this? I go, Spencer, you know what I think is an easy short today? He said, what? I said, Peloton, up 5%. I pulled up the Biz Now article and we started talking about it. I mean, come on, guys. You followed me into that short. You followed me into that short yesterday. You're up like 1,000% right now.
You did. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, this shit literally just hit the fan just now. So CNBC broke the headline here. Peloton is reportedly they have
Going
not
to zero.
No, that's not what they said.
Well, I know, but
They said they're halting production of bikes and treadmills because of lowering demand. Stock now halted on a volatility circuit breaker. Let's go to the Signals tool in Pro. I don't have it open. Let's open up a new tab here.
And one of the things
Let's
I
go to
talked about
Signals.
yesterday with why I was so short Peloton is because if we remember a couple months ago when the company gave guidance, they said their inventory was growing at a time when supply chain issues were causing all manufacturers to not be able to produce enough to keep up with demand. They were going the opposite direction, saying, oh yeah, our warehouses are getting filled up with bikes. People are like, where are you guys even getting these parts?
Oh, wait, it's open
bikes?
now. I'm sorry. Holy crap. Things are moving fast now. So we just opened up again. Didn't we? I just saw the signal come through at did we halt again? We halted again. We reopened for 10 seconds.
Dude,
We reopened for 10 seconds in Peloton, and now we're halted again for another. So 10, what is that? 101.14. 101.14 is when we're going to open up here again. We're talking PTON. Holy, this thing is in free fall mode. And recall there was the headline the other day. It may have even been yesterday. It was CNBC. It was CNBC, but it was they were citing a third party firm. I don't remember who. That had actually gone back and looked at the SEC filings and said, "Whoa, these Peloton insiders sold a lot of stock in the last year." This is pretty wild stuff,
dude. I mean, this is the fad of all fads, right? You know what I think the beginning of the end is? That Peloton commercial.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew he was going to say that.
I want to find where that commercial came out in relation to the stock price.
I'll tell you when it came out. It was 2020, so it doesn't quite hold water. Actually, it may have been 19.
Well, it might have been one of those things where it's like any news is good news because the commercial itself like ended up having an incredible marketing impact where everyone was talking about Peloton all of a sudden because of this terrible commercial they put out. But then, of course, a couple months ago, the Sex in the City thing. Is Joel long Peloton?
Okay, here's a Joel situation. This was Joel's wife Lisa picked this stock. Okay, they bought this a long time ago. Joel has owned Peloton all the way up. Let's go to a weekly chart.
When did he sell, or has he sold?
No, that's so okay.
So that's the
so he rode this thing all the way up. Joel has wanted to sell this stock for more than a year. I'm not kidding, more than a year.
And Lisa always talked him out of it.
And no, she didn't talk him out of it. She does not want to sell it. So Joel has made what I would say is a very wise trade. He has traded a happy marriage for whatever profits he had in Peloton. Those profits are gone.
So he set his profits aside to keep his wife happy, which in a sense keeps his life happier.
Right.
Okay.
Joel, they still own this. It is a small position.
On the flip side, he could have, say, an extra few thousand, maybe tens of thousands of dollars, but then an angry wife and a not happy life.
Joel does not deserve to take heat for this because Joel has been on the bear train for over a year. I'm not trying to throw Lisa. Lisa, I love you. I'm not trying to throw Lisa under the bus. This was her pick. Joel does not deserve hate. If anything, Joel deserves our sympathies.
I've given all my bear cases on this stock, right? What is it better to pay $50 a month to have a Peloton or $50 a month to have a gym membership where you can have 20 stationary bikes, ellipticals, treadmills, weights, everything? I mean, this was just the most clear cut. And I will give Peloton this. It made sense as a COVID play. There were some stocks that went crazy during COVID that didn't really make sense. AMC. But Peloton, the move made sense, right? Because people could not go to gyms. They needed alternative at home. I mean, even companies like Big Five and Dick's Sporting Goods had great runs during COVID because people were going to these places to purchase weights so that they could work out at home. Different things so that they can stay active while in isolation.
Okay, so wait, time out here. We are under a minute until they're going to resume. Sharon, I see you. We'll bring you on in a second. We just got to deal with this Peloton shit right now. So let's go to a 1 minute chart.
Wait, why is Affirm moving with Peloton?
Because, shout out to the chat for pointing this out, Affirm is a payments platform used for people to finance or pay for their Pelotons. Great call. Whoever just threw that out in the chat, big ups to you, because AFRM is trading down with this news. But let's go back to Peloton right now because it's about to resume trading. So let's just see what's going on here.
I'm going to be so pissed if my guy didn't sell my Peloton.
We're on the 1 minute chart. Someone was hypothesizing that the Peloton is like a takeover target by like Apple or Amazon or something like that. Maybe at these prices, sure.
Ooh, I could see Apple doing that actually, because Apple's recently put out like Apple Fitness Plus as with their Apple Watches, and you can like sign up for Apple Fitness Plus. It's honestly, I got it for free for like 2 months when I got my Apple Watch.
And you didn't use it.
It was so silly. It was like, oh yeah, watch like, I don't even know. It was like
That's okay.
access to
okay.
like online workouts. Like I can't just go on YouTube and like look up
All right.
whatever workout.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh man, 25. Oh, look at the volume here. Wow. Oh, they're fighting. Some people are trying to take a stand. Some people are trying to step in front of this right now.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh man,
right.
that was fast. Oh no, we're still going. We're still going. Okay. Wow. Look at that. No, halt number 3. No, I take that back.
I do still own some shares of Peloton. My advisor, I told him, I said I want to get out of this stock, and I am out of it, and it's not a very big holding in my portfolio, but I told him, I said, hey, I want to get out of this stock, and he...
Do I hear 24? Do I hear 24 right now? Okay, we were able to make it through the minute. Yep, 24 handle. Wow. This is what a free fall looks like. This is what a free fall looks like right now. We just went from 31 to 24 in the span of a couple of minutes.
All right, we'll keep an eye out on this. We'll keep an eye out on Affirm. But Spencer,
yeah,
let's go ahead and bring Sharon on because I'm excited for this segment. So if you guys don't know, Sharon is the head of Benzinga's HR. Essentially, so where's Luke?
He's not around.
Luke likes to think that he like runs the company.
Sharon runs the company.
But really, it's Sharon. So
Sharon's always the one that's all up in like in your Slack or in your email, like just checking in on this.
Also, wait, where's my name? It only says Spencer.
Oh, because you weren't here, so I took your name off the screen. Sharon, what's up? Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Sharon.
Rohan.
No, can you hear us? Because we can't hear you. Just check
Thumbs up if you can hear us.
Check your mic settings.
Yeah, make sure you go to cam mic on the bottom.
On StreamYard, check your mic settings. Oh, she's gonna put on her headphones. Okay, that's a good idea. While she does that, I'm gonna change the name so make it say Spencer and Aaron. Keeping an eye on Peloton.
So the reason we're bringing Sharon on is the other day Sharon reached out to me and said,
we're halted again.
How does one go about opening a Robinhood account? And because a lot of our viewers out there are also somewhat newer to investing, we thought it would be a good idea to bring Sharon on and kind of go over some initial steps you can take while you open a new brokerage account. What's going on?
I don't know. We can't hear you,
Sharon, check your cam and mic settings. It's at the bottom, the gear.
She's talking to us as if we can hear her. Wait, hold on. Sharon, if you want to head over to the right where we can private chat. See you on the right, you can private chat. Rohan's talking to you there, or trying to talk to you. Okay, so wait, while she gets that worked out. So yes, so Sharon reached out to Aaron. Why Aaron? I have no idea. And she said, how do I open a brokerage account? So we have some thoughts here on that, and I actually want to bring up a page right before we get Sharon on here. We have a lot of resources. We don't talk about this enough. We have a lot of resources on Benzinga as far as how to do this. So let's bring her back on. Can we hear you? No, we can't hear you. All right. Sharon's working on that with Rohan. Aaron, can you do me a favor? Can you pull up, because I want to keep Peloton shared, like just in case. Can you pull up, please, Benzinga.com?
Not pro?
Benzinga.com.
Okay.
And share screen.
Okay.
That's what I meant, share screen. We don't ever show this. Well, we have an entire resource center on how to do the very thing Sharon is asking to do. So Aaron's going to share on his screen Benzinga.com. Oh, she says she thinks it works. Sharon? We hear you.
Luke, say hi to Sharon.
Peloton to halt production.
Yeah, we know. Luke just has breaking news. Breaking news from Luke Jacoby. Wait, you guys ready for this breaking Luke Jacoby news?
All right, I've been a bear in this stock for the longest time ever possible, Spencer. You have to give me that.
Breaking news.
You don't agree?
Luke wants us to know that Peloton's halting production. Yeah, we got it.
I've been a bear forever.
All right.
I get no credit for any of my calls. I said Peloton is a fitness fad, which is exactly that, a fad.
All right. You heard it here last. Sharon, how are we doing? Hi.
I'm trying to think what my opinion is on Peloton.
What, do you have one or have you ever used one?
So no, okay. So I'm not a huge bike person. I'm really into the treadmill, but the treadmill is a little bit more expensive. So I know they brought down the price, and it's just, I'm not sure my opinion on it. I feel like it's great, but it's expensive. I don't know.
I've only ever heard positive things about the product. I've never used one. I've never used one.
I know that Peloton had competitors put out comparable products at a way lower price point, like very quickly. So if you love the Peloton treadmill, there'll be another treadmill that's like that.
Yeah, like Nautilus has one, I think. Right.
And they have a bike that has like all the same features, like you can compete against your it's kind of a copycat world out there. And when people saw the popularity that Peloton had, they were quick to get another product out there that kind of matched Peloton's. And I think for the price point, I think for where we're going, I don't know. I mean, of course, the stock could get down to a price where it becomes attractive. But I think the long-term story for Peloton has kind of played out.
Yeah, anyway, this is pretty wild stuff. So Sharon, welcome to the jungle. You messaged Aaron because you were like, hey, Aaron, I know you are such a smart young man, and I need help opening a brokerage account. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was trying to, play around with the brokerage account, and I was like, do I have to pay for this? How does it work? And so I need help.
So let's do this. I've got up on the screen here, benzinga.com. And this is the homepage of our website. And I want to point you all to this section, and Sharon too. Up top, it says personal finance. Okay, this is our resource center. This is we call it our evergreen center, where we've got evergreen guides on how to do money stuff. Are we talking about insurance? Are we talking about stocks? You're trying to open a brokerage account. You're trying to invest in art or real estate. You're trying to refinance a mortgage. We have all these guides here. And I want to start with the top one, stockbrokers. Okay. This is where I'll point you to, Sharon, as well. It's literally benzinga.com. Hey, look, there's Luke Jacoby right there on the top of the screen there. We keep these guys updated constantly. This is a resource page that we made probably a couple years ago.
Luke made it. Look, January 13th, 2021.
Well, that's not when he made it.
I don't know. It says updated. I don't know.
Sorry.
But you can see that updated a week ago.
Yeah,
right?
We are constantly staying on top of these pages, making sure that they're the best for users looking for questions like this. Where's the best place to go? For a new stock brokerage account.
Right.
I mean, we have a million of these.
Now, full disclosure about what this page is, and we are very above board about this. It says it right there on the top. This is our Benzinga Money site. It is a reader-supported publication. We earn a commission whenever somebody opens an account from any of these links. It's called affiliate marketing. It is a tried and true method. This is what this is. Okay, so let's be absolutely clear about that. Right, we do earn a commission if you open an account through any link on our website. But again, it is just a great resource. And literally the top section, I'm going to close that pop-up there. The top section is best online stockbrokers and platforms, which is what Sharon is looking for. So I guess my first question to Sharon is, I don't know. What are you looking for? Are you looking just to do some investing and put some money away and never look at it again, or Are you trying to like be like Luke and Aaron and me and you do some YOLO stuff?
First option.
First
Okay,
option.
So Sharon, you already
Responsibility.
So Sharon took the first step of selecting her brokerage,
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
And opened an account. All right. So now the next step.
Wait. Do you want to tell us what account you opened and what brokerage? You don't
Yeah.
have to.
I'm blanking on what.
I think it was a Robinhood, right?
Oh no, Robinhood. Yeah.
Okay. So either you or me, I can share my Robinhood screen real quick.
Yeah, you share it. And I'm gonna double check on my screen that's what I did. Yep.
Sharon, you should definitely remember where your money is. Just going forward as a rule of thumb.
It'll make it a little bit easier.
It'll make it easier if you just remember.
Robinhood, check.
Okay. Fine. All right. Aaron's sharing his screen. Give him 1 second.
Yeah, and then so I'm gonna show you. So this is and like Spencer said, like first step, determine your goals, right? If your goal is to just maybe you haven't been as active in investing as you think you should have been, and you want to get into that now, right? Everyone's gonna have different goals. Some people might just want to be making a few extra bucks each month to kind of supplement their income. Some may be retiring or saving for retirement. So it really is all dependent on your goal, Sharon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some very simple ways to kind of get started that do not take any effort from you whatsoever and will be very
Fabulous.
very safe. Yeah, first thing, no effort. Second thing, very low risk. And you can just kind of do this and watch. If you want, here's the best way to do this. We're going to get you set up. And then what you can do is check in on your Robinhood account. I would recommend not checking in on it every day. The only reason you should be checking your brokerage every day is if you are actively day trading in and out of trades. If you're just long-term investing, look at your brokerage once every couple weeks, once a month, maybe even. So Sharon, can you see my screen here? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give you a couple zoom in so we can see what we're doing.
By the way, there's no right way to do this. The right way is whatever way works for you.
No, this is not the right way. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is a very easy, simple step to get started that is low effort, proven over time to be a very strong way to invest, and again, will be very safe. So
we should check it out to see how it goes.
Check out. Well, yeah.
Yes. So this is what we're gonna do.
We'll bring you on once a month, and we'll check in on your portfolio.
Yeah.
So here's what I would do if I were you, Sharon. Which I'm not you. You're way more awesome than me. But if I were you, this is what I would do. I would take a look at VU, which is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 tracks the 500 biggest companies.
Yeah, the 500 largest companies that trade in the U.S. So we're
500 largest companies. So Sharon, we're looking at the S&P 500 right now. If we go to a 5-year chart, I mean, look at this, right? You have the COVID crash right here. But what does the S&P 500 do over time? It goes up.
It goes up.
And so instead of, say you had $1,000 you wanted to invest right now, I would not have you go out and put that $1,000 all in S&P 500 right now. What I would have you do is create a recurring investment so that every couple of weeks, say $100 gets deposited every couple of weeks, so that over a time frame, over a 3-month period, you're kind of basing your cost basis out. So what that does for you is that if the market goes down, you get in at a lower cost basis.
Why can't I buy? I might not be signed in.
No, you know what you haven't done is you haven't funded your account yet. Probably.
Well, you either A, make sure you're signed in, or fund your account. So here on VU, Sharon, I'm going to go to recurring investment. I'm going to go ahead, and this is on my account, but I'll go ahead and put,
Notes.
Pick how much each month or on a bi-weekly basis you're willing to kind of take out of your checking account and put into your investment account.
Yeah.
So for me, like I'll say, okay, I can afford $25 a month. This recurring investment will start on Monday. The frequency will be every month on the 24th.
Ow.
Of course. Yeah, of course, if the 24th is a weekend, then it'll automatically do it on the Friday or Monday after. Buying power, you can choose where this buying power is coming from. My checking account from Bank of America is hooked up here. Review order. So you will buy $25 of VU every month on the 24th. Your first order will be on January 24th at 12 p.m. Eastern. Submit. Done. Now, every month, $25 will be taken from my checking account straight into my investment account. I don't need to look at it. I don't need to check it at all. And I would have you do 2. I would have you do 1 on VU and 1 maybe on VTI, which is the total stock market.
I was going to also give an idea.
Or VUG. Yeah, let's hear Spencer's idea.
My idea. So VOO is like the super responsible, simple thing to do,
Okay.
right?
Should we take a little risk here?
VOO for context, VOO is my largest position. I've got of my like Fidelity account, I've got like 60%. No, not 60. 40% of my account is VOO. Okay, that's by I own more VOO than anything else. So we already like ticked off the responsibility box, right? The simple responsible box. Let's go on to the other end of the spectrum, and I think it'd be fun if Sharon bought a stock.
Okay.
If Sharon bought a stock of a company that she uses, a product that she understands, a product that she uses, something that she can relate to in some way, shape, or form.
Sharon, do you have any companies off the top of your mind?
It can be.
What is that?
It's on, I think is the stock. ONON.
On Holding. On engages in the development and distribution of sports products.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like the shoes.
I never even heard of this. What's the ticker?
On.
On.
I've never even heard of that.
So Sharon, what you can do, because look, you can.
I don't have my sneakers around me right now, but I love the sneakers and I've loved them for a while, and now they're like a lot more popular.
So you can absolutely like love a company and a stock can be great.
Wow.
And the same thing where like if I bought, say, Apple stock and it's worth $150 a share, the next day it could hypothetically go down like 5 or 10%. So even invested in a stock, I would recommend, you don't necessarily need to do the recurring investment, but I would recommend kind of breaking up your entry point over a little bit just to ensure that if the stock does take a big dip, instead of getting hurt by that, you can actually benefit from that dip if you space out your purchases of that stock.
And
does that make sense?
Yeah, that's maybe lit. The reason I suggested Sharon buy a stock is, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be "quote unquote" a good stock or even a good company. I've never heard of On. But Sharon says she loves the products. The logic behind this is like, in my mind, buying a stock in a company is probably like the best way to get your feet wet and to like start learning a little bit. Like, oh, why do stocks go up? Why do they go down? I love the product. Why? What is that? What does the product have to do with the actual business of the company? Is it, are their shoes like their number one best selling product? Is it or is it a small part of the company? I have no idea. I don't know, but maybe you do. Owning the stock gives you a really good like foot in the door, pun intended there.
It also can be a good like comparison, right? We can look at your holding in On versus your holding in VOO and see how they perform against each other. Picking individual stocks really is, if you're not looking to just make 15% a year or whatever, it's like that's the best way to do it, is to find good stocks that you hold over time that go up 5 times, 10 times, those 10 baggers. That's how you're really going to make a lot of money investing. It's just inherently more risky than investing in the overall market.
So let's do this, and we're not going to do this with money that Sharon can't afford to lose, right? Obviously, Sharon knows that stocks can go up or they can go down. Stocks are inherently risky, but I would say because she's so new with this, let's just buy a very, very, very small amount of something. In this case, Sharon and me, you knew as soon as we said a stock, she had one at the ready. ONON. I like the conviction, and I like the fact that this is a new one for me because I've never heard of it before. So, and it's frankly very affordable, right? It's $27. It's not.
And we've seen a lot of other shoe companies do really well in the market.
Like I'm glad she didn't say Chipotle, because it's a $1,400 stock. So she picked a $27 stock. I'm about that. So I would say maybe we can buy a couple of shares here, Sharon, and just we're not gonna like put all your money in on or anything. But maybe we can buy a couple of shares and just use that and as an entry point and get our feet wet, and that way we've got a responsible thing with VOO and a more risky thing with ONON. And I think that's a decent place to start. What Sharon, do you have any thoughts about this?
No.
No.
No, I don't think so. I think we got a good plan here so far.
Yeah, I think so too. If you get to the point where you're ready to make this investment, or the recurring investment into VU or VUG, or on, and you need any help, you can always come back on the show.
Talked about, and we're gonna discuss in a month to see.
All right, I'm gonna put a recurring thing on your calendar because I know you're all about the calendar life.
Yes,
I'll put a recurring thing on your calendar.
Okay.
When's your birthday, Sharon?
January 8th.
Dude, it just passed.
Oh, that's right.
Come on, you didn't know that?
I know, I did know. I wished her a happy belated birthday when we spoke the other day.
Yep.
I was just gonna see when we were talking about the calendars and stuff. I was
What
like,
happens on your birthday with Robinhood? Anything? Good.
they'll probably send you a little something. I don't know.
So you have 51 weeks to look forward to that, Sharon.
Woo!
Awesome.
Let's see if real quick before we let Sharon go, if there's any other suggestions from the chat.
Yeah, chat's been on fire today between the Manscaped thing and the Peloton thing. The chat's been on their A plus game.
It is Elvis's birthday, January 8th, for sure.
Whoa.
Elvis Presley.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
In fact, Sharon is the person that keeps the wheels greased here at Benzinga. Keeps us moving, keeps everyone on their toes, and make sure that we're being responsible and doing the things we need to do. And she's very persistent. If you don't respond to her, she is very persistent. There have been mornings when I've looked at my Slack, seen 3 unread messages from Sharon, and I go, "Oh no, what did I do now?"
Run.
Yeah, awesome. I'm just catching up on the chat. Yes, Justin, she is very lovely. Thank you for.
No, I haven't gotten into crypto yet. Maybe that'd be another thing.
Oh, you can. I'm glad you mentioned that because you can do the very same thing that we want to do with VU, set up the recurring investment. Let me share my screen back up with crypto on Robinhood. So say you like Ethereum or say you like Bitcoin, I would stick to one of those two first, either Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you can do, like I said, the very same thing. Set up a recurring investment where, I don't know, maybe Sharon, you go $10 a month. So $120 over the course of a year into Ethereum or Bitcoin, and you just let that keep going. Who knows? Maybe that makes you a millionaire one day.
So here's what we got. We got VU. We got on. Was there a third thing or no?
Well, the third thing is Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Was it? Or was there something else, Sharon?
I swear there was one other thing. VTI.
Oh, yeah, he said VTI. Right. VTI is also... VTI is... Yeah, that's on the responsible side of the spectrum.
And then I'll look at the crypto.
Well, we can always start simple and look at adding more positions as we go. So I would just stick to VU, on, and then maybe a small recurring investment into crypto.
Okay. I'm going to look at all this.
Yes.
All right. Beautiful.
Progress.
And then once a month, we will bring Sharon on, look at her portfolio, see what's working, see what's not working. We might decide in a month, maybe we should add some more on, or maybe we'll say, hey, we need to cut this. Who knows? But thank you, Sharon, again for joining us on the show today, bringing us a new stock idea.
I'm on. Wait. Tell us about the company, Sharon. What do they do besides the shoes that you like?
I literally only like the shoes. I feel like I've been wearing the shoes for the last 5 years. I've been seeing them. They're becoming uber popular. Everyone wears them now. If you go to the gyms,
Everybody wears them. We don't.
Guys.
Well, no, that's a great. It's really a great way to kind of invest. Is if you notice something like that, like a trend developing.
Yeah.
Like you see more and more people wearing these shoes. You see more and more. Sharon, are you familiar with Aritzia?
Yep.
So my buddy reached out to me and he was like, "Yo, all these girls are talking about Aritzia all of a sudden." Told me to buy the stock. I didn't, and the stock is up 40% from when he told me. I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
Ooh,
I don't think it's on Robinhood because it's a Canadian stock and it's an OTC stock.
yeah.
But just in the last, I don't know. I'm looking at the chart right now. Just in the last,
what's the ticker on that? Sorry.
ATZAF. Here, Spencer will get it pulled up on Benzinga Pro. But this is just an example of something like that where you can notice a trend developing and saying wow, this is all over all of a sudden. And a lot of times you'll have a better idea. You'll be have your finger more on the pulse of that, of like what the fashion trends are, whatever it is, than these guys that are working on Wall Street, institutional investors, right?
Look at that chart.
Right.
It's got straight up.
So this is one where, like, if you would have said it to me a year ago, Sharon, like, oh, people are buying more and more Aritzia, like, you should look at this stock. Like, that's a great thing because, like I said, like, some of these people on Wall Street and stuff have no clue what some of the fashion trends are.
Yeah. Cool.
Man.
Yeah, someone in the chat saying my woman bought Lululemon after the 2008 crash, made bank.
There we go. Women know is the takeaway here.
Lisa knew about Peloton.
Well, let's not get into that. Sharon, thanks for coming on the show today.
Talk to you soon.
Bye. All right. That was a lot. That was a lot of fun. This has been one of the most fun shows we've
Yeah,
had.
Carlos is saying bring Sharon off, and we will once a month. Well, at least for now, once a month, maybe more than that. But yeah, I was not expecting to get a new stock pick from Sharon, and like
me neither.
I'm looking at the website right now, and I have seen these shoes, and I have to give Sharon credit that I believe I have been seeing like more and more of these shoes.
Okay.
But I never knew this was a stock, and like I
neither.
said, I'm into shoe stocks because we've seen what Crocs has done, right?
Let's look at that Crocs chart. Let me bring it up on the screen right now. It did come off. It did stop going up. Actually, yeah. Wow, that doesn't look great on the weekly.
Oh wow, I did not know we have.
Right. But it was above 180 for a hot second there. I don't know how much of that was not fun. That was not fundamentally driven. That was just the market being stupid, I think. But yeah, Crocs was a huge gainer. Good call out, Sharon. We appreciate that. Let's take just a quick checkup on Peloton. Have we had more halts? Let's take a look at the signals tool in Pro. So how many halts do we have? We had 1, 2, 3. We had 4 trading halts, but the last halt came at 112. So we've been trading now for 10 minutes without interruptions. It seems like the halts could be over for the day. We have bounced, so that's something. But this is very rare. You really don't get midday halts like in the afternoon like that on a thick stock, on a widely followed stock. Does not happen every week, every month. It really doesn't. This is really just an epic collapse. I think I just saw someone compare Peloton to GoPro. Yeah, they're really not that different in the sense that they're both like fads. Let's just pull up the GoPro chart. No, I don't want to pull it. I want to compare. I want to pull up GoPro separately. GPRO. Let's look at this GoPro chart, right? Huge fad. I remember this. It was peaking right around the time I joined Benzinga. Well, a few months before that. But yeah, actually, when I joined Benzinga, GoPro was just like trying to come back to that. It had been on this run, and it was trying to get back to the all-time highs, and then it just collapsed, and you never got your money back in GoPro. Is Peloton going to be like that? I mean, who can say? We don't know. We don't know the future, obviously. But at the rate it's going, it looks likely. The biggest thing is at a certain price, at a certain point, Peloton does become an attractive M&A target, right? Some freaking private equity firm or Apple or whomever, right? Like that. The biggest gripe on PTO has always been the valuation makes no sense, right? It's too expensive. It's not expensive anymore. It is very obviously cheap. Let's look at it. Let's zoom way out here. Maybe cheap is a strong word. Cheaper. Come on. There we go. Let's go to a weekly, actually. Look. You're back to where you were in March of 2020. 2 years of gains wiped out. Not today, obviously, but in the last couple of months. Well, last year, really. Really incredible stuff. Jason was a big Peloton bull 3-4 years ago. Obviously, they weren't public then. I believe he traded this thing. I think Jason made some money on this thing. I think he sold it a long time ago.
I hope so.
But he was on the Peloton train in like 2018. Look, let's be glass half full here, okay? What does Peloton have? They have a great product.
Slowing demand.
Hold on, I'm being glass half full for a second,
Okay.
all right? A great product, all right? Everyone that I've ever heard that has a Peloton loves it, okay? They have
But Victor brought up a good point. Sorry, I'm going to let you finish. But Victor brought up a good point.
What, that someone died?
No, of a sunken cost fallacy, right? If you pay that much for a product, you're going to speak highly of it, right?
Maybe. Okay. Two, they have recurring revenue, right? They have subscription revenue. It's not just the bike. You got to pay for the content for the classes, okay? And then 3, they've got like the social aspect, the virality aspect of this, right? 4, maybe they've got this is actually probably a con. So I was going to say they've got like a stay-at-home trend, but that's really more of a negative at this point because we're coming out of that. So, although that being said, I don't know about you, Aaron. I know you go to the gym. I stopped going to the gym. Obviously, I didn't go to the gym when I had COVID. And I started going to the gym again, and I feel kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe it's just me.
You're saying you feel weird going to the gym or not?
I feel weird like with Omicron going to the gym, and I had COVID 3 months ago, and I'm vaxxed and I'm boosted, but I don't know, man. I just feel a little weird. I don't feel totally comfortable at the gym yet. So I think it's
one of those things that you don't go to the gym right now if you're like truly at risk and worried about it. If you're,
I don't know, I'm just not super.
If you're like not at like, there's a trade-off, right? Like if you are saying, all right, I'm not going to go to the gym, and there's obviously other ways to like stay healthy, get your workout in at home. But I'm willing to take that risk because it's like I want to go to the gym and make sure I'm staying healthy. And if I get Omicron, okay. But yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just not, and I'm not trying to work out in a mask, frankly.
Oh no, never.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to like do anything that physical exertion in a mask. Sorry. So like I've gone to the gym like only a handful of times in the last, since October. So in the last 3 months, and each time I go, I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't get comfortable. So that's just me. Maybe it gets better in the spring when it gets warmer and Omicron hopefully maybe goes away. I don't know. But so as my point of bringing that up though was like, as long as like there are people like me out there, theoretically gyms aren't back. Theoretically, that's good for Peloton. But okay, so those are the pros. What are the cons? Well, it's a very high-end product, right? It's always been that way. Cons are it's probably never going to get better in terms of demand than it did in the summer and fall of 2020. Spring, summer, fall of 2020. It's probably never going to get back to those demand levels. Thank you, Voodoo. That's helpful advice. Just don't sniff the used towels. I'll try not to next time. So slowing demand, right? It's not just that demand is never coming back. It's that demand is actively slowing. This is not unique to Peloton. Obviously, every company that benefited from COVID is seeing that slowing demand. They pulled a lot of their demand forward. Disney Plus, Zoom, right? Etsy, Peloton fits in that group, right? So that's where we're at, right? We saw the report that they hired McKinsey. They're going to do some cost cutting. This is now a situation where if you're in Peloton, well, I always say there's two times to sell, right? When you've reached your target on the upside or downside, or when the thesis changes. These are the kind of headlines that change the thesis, right? Headlines like halting production, that's a thesis changer right there. If you're in the stock, I know it's painful to take losses, but sometimes you just have to, okay? You just have to. That's just the way it goes. And if you're short the stock, congratulations. I guess I would take some off the table if you wrote it down this hard. There's no sense in.
If you've been in Peloton this whole time and you haven't gotten out over the past 6
I don't know
months,
what to tell.
I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know what you've been
you.
looking at or.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell.
Yeah,
you, honestly.
and I when we were talking about this yesterday, I said I thought it was very bearish that they were bringing McKinsey in. Right? Spencer gave me the
you did say that.
Gave me the kind of devil's advocate, like, hey, look, the market doesn't care if you're going to improve bottom line. Yep. And there are probably companies that are in a good place, in a growing state, that do bring in consultants. But for me, I don't know. I don't think you do that. I don't think you pull in the big dogs like McKinsey if everything's like gold and roses, right? You do that if you're in a dire state. And that's how I read into it, at least. And I know there's always like the other side of the argument and cases where, I'm sure you can find me a company that brought in McKinsey 10 years ago and their stock has gone up 1,000% since then. I'm sure that's happened. I don't know, maybe not 1,000%, but yeah. You get the gist. You get my point. That I'm sure there are companies that come out of that consulting stronger than before.
Melanie, on this comment, I'm going to go ahead and rule out Lulu.
No, I'm not. I don't think so. I think Lulu said in the past they do want to get into.
They already did.
Oh,
they bought Mirror and then they wrote it down. Or they wrote it off. Did they write it off or they wrote it down?
I'm not gonna write off Lulu. I think Lulu. Let's check their.
No. Okay, how much Lulu bought Mirror for like 500 mil?
That's a drop in the bucket for Lulu.
No, it isn't. $500 million. Lululemon writes. Just Google. Lulu wrote down their Mirror acquisition because they paid $500 million for it. This is not that long ago, and they wrote down that acquisition.
What's Peloton's market cap right now?
Hold on 1 second. I'm looking up this Lulu thing. Oh, they slashed their outlook for their Mirror sales by half last year. My point is, Lulu already went into this game. They already paid up for a connected fitness company. They're not doing that again. That's why I said that. It's a good suggestion. I don't think Lulu would go down this road again. Apple I could see. Amazon I could see. Who else makes sense here? I don't know. That's kind of it. Top of my head. Do we have any other ideas here? And this becomes a problem, right? Because if you're long Peloton and you think, oh, it's a takeover target, and maybe you end up being right, that takeover target, maybe we're talking $30, $40, $50, $50, and you're in it from 60, 70, 80. So that's where being long becomes a problem. Don't bank on a takeover, because there's no rule that they have to take it over at your price or higher. Wait, I see Raz in the chat. Raz, I recall you riding Peloton on the way up. I think you sold it. Oh, Nike.
Oh, Nike has, yeah.
Nike is a good suggestion.
I think Apple, if I had to bet on any, it'd be Apple right now, because Apple is already investing in their Apple Plus Fitness. I think this would be in line with what the company's trying to do. All right, and we know Apple, more so than any of these other companies, has a bunch of cash on the balance sheet.
Nike market cap of $230 billion. Cash on hand of $10 billion. What's Peloton's market cap?
Here's
$10
how
billion?
here's how dumb we are. No, I shouldn't say we. I would just speak for myself. Here's how dumb I am as a consumer.
Yeah.
Nike buys Peloton and calls it like a Nike bike. I'm way more likely to buy it. I'll go out and buy that all day. In fact, my Apple Watch is a Nike Apple Watch, and it is, I kid you not, it's just a normal Apple Watch, Spencer. Look at this. It's just got a little Nike symbol on the thing. But I wanted this one because it was the Nike one, because I guess I have such a strong like brand affinity for Nike in my head that because it has a little Nike symbol on the band, which, here, should I get up to the camera so I can see what I'm showing?
If you want, yeah. Rohan, can we zoom in? Can we zoom in on Aaron real fast?
It's literally the smallest little Nike symbol on the wristband, and that's the only difference between. Wait, where's the office cam?
I don't know. I don't know. Rohan is.
Anyway.
There it is. Oh, nice, Rohan.
So right.
Yeah, you can see it at the bottom there.
Yeah, right next to the little Apple thing, there's a little Nike symbol. That's the only difference between this and a normal Apple Watch, but I wanted it because it's got the Nike logo on it.
I told you that I read the book, right?
Shoe King by
Shoe Dog.
Yeah,
you want to borrow? If you want to
Phil
borrow,
Knight?
you can.
Is that who
Yeah,
it is?
Phil Knight, the founder of Nike. It was one of the best books I've read in a very long time. I read it over the Christmas break. I ripped through it in like 2 days. Like,
Yep, and then
not kidding.
Yeah, so a firm is the company that allows you to finance your Peloton. So when you're buying it, say $50 a month, that's through a firm. So because I guess what the idea is that people are going to be buying less Pelotons.
Right.
So a firm is
exactly a firm gets paid on those transactions. So people obviously no one. I mean, I know most people are not paying for a Peloton maybe straight up, in cash. They're doing the buy now pay later thing, and that's a firm's business. So fewer transactions. I'm not really sure what. I'm sure Peloton I'm sure is a small piece of a firm's pie, but that's a big part of the Peloton purchase, right? Is the fact that you can do it from.
Hey, Rohan, Mike Moffitt saying my mic needs more.
That's good to know.
Mike sounds like he's got some production.
You guys do have a compressor on your mics, but I mean, I just fed it a little bit more gain. I thought you guys were pretty loud.
Okay, I think after thinking about this for a minute, I'm all in on the Nike train. I'm all in on Nike buying Peloton. I think that makes like too much sense. But if you're Nike again, it's like at what price? Because you're basically, you're basically buying a falling asset at this point.
So Emily makes up a good point. She says she doesn't want to go back to the gym. I don't want to touch someone else's hand, touch on machines, which is what you were talking about.
Yeah,
Spencer.
yeah.
I think even for at-home equipment, there are other options out there that are more cost effective than Peloton right now. What I want to do, Spencer, is I want to create like a graphic, like an infographic that shows the Peloton chart. And then we insert news items like on the way down. Like here's where Peloton announced it was lowering the price of its base model. Which again, if you're a company lowering the price of your base model, what that tells you is that model is not flying off the shelves. They don't do that. The companies will not lower their prices if the demand is there. They lower the prices if the demand is not there.
Yeah, prices don't usually go down.
The next news item, right? We're overstocked with inventory. Meanwhile, everyone else is having supply chain issues. We have too much inventory, right? That came a few weeks after the price cut. The most recent news item, we're hiring McKinsey. Again, another sign of a company that's in a position where they need to change things up, need to do something. You don't go out and do that unless you really need to. So we should do that, Spencer. We'll take a look at like the different news items on Peloton on its trade down, and that shows you why this news is actually important. Like you can't be a stock trader, you can't be an investor and not be keeping up with this news, which is what we're all about here at Benzinga. You get Benzinga Pro for our advanced news feed. You need it if you're going to be in the markets every day.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's 1:43 here. I guess in theory, Aaron, we could also wrap up a few minutes. So we don't have any more guests for the day. And again, no roadmap because Chris is out of town, so we're going to be taking a break until at the close. And I have some planning to do for some upcoming special shows that I want to talk about. Speaking of special shows, I want to give a plug here. We don't often do weekend programming here on Benzinga, but we have a weekend event this coming Saturday. I'm going to bring up the page right now to tell you all about it. It's called our Benzinga Boot Camp. We do them every single month. It's a full day event specifically for traders. It's every month on the third Saturday. So you can just put it in your calendar. Every month on the third Saturday. I'm going to share the screen right now. It's all you got to do is go to benzinga.com/events. That gets you to this page that I'm on right now. benzinga.com/events. Here is what you will get. Okay? It's an all-day thing. It's 9 to 5. All day. You get Neil Hamilton. Yeah, we get a lot of requests for Neil. He will be there. Hot Stocks Luke will be there. Now we're talking just education. All day education. Not like here's a hot stock to buy right now. It's like, no, like teaching you how to fish, right? So we've got Danny Devon, we got Mark Petrino, we've got Danielle Shea, Anne-Marie Band, Andy Cole. These are named people you see on our channel that are professionals. They do this for a living, right? By the way, this power hour is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so should point that out. The theme for Saturday I should mention is options. That's the theme of the day. It's options, options, options. This is not.
And by the way, you don't have to be an options trader,
right,
to gain something from this boot camp. One of the things we'll be talking about is kind of how as a long-term investor, how you can employ options to protect and hedge your long-term investments, right? Mm-hmm. We're not saying the point of this boot camp isn't everyone should go out there and start trading options all the time. No, it's about like how is the best way for you and your personal goals to use options, because there is a use for them no matter what you're trying to do with investing.
Yep. So I was going to say, this is not a show, an event that's going to be like freely available forever, right? You do need to sign up, and it is free. You can RSVP for free right there. But it's not like the recording is just it's not like this show, right? Like you can watch this show whenever you want on YouTube. It's not going to be like that. You do have to sign up if you can't make it the whole day live or whatever, and that's fine. If you sign up, you'll get the recording. But it is free. Click that button. It says RSVP free right there. Fill out the email and the number and all that stuff. And then you're good to go. You will get an email with instructions on how to join this Saturday. But again, 9 to 5, all day, options education. Aaron and I could both use some more of that. So maybe we should be there. Check it out. Oh, Melanie with another interesting call. Planet Fitness. Do we think that makes?
I don't know. I don't know if Planet Fitness has the capital for that. Honestly,
it might not.
And they've been spending a boatload of money on marketing. But one of Peloton was supposed to improve its B2B business. Like they were supposed to sign huge deals with Planet Fitness, with who are some other big national gym brands? Lifetime. Lifetime used to be a publicly traded stock, and it's not anymore.
To my knowledge, this is the only one.
The only publicly traded gym stock?
I think so.
Gold's Gym? Is that not a stock?
No.
Okay.
I can't think of any.
I wonder what goes into that decision of going private or going public to private.
Very simple. Do you get it? Do you get an offer that's too good to refuse?
Okay. So, like, do you think that was the case with Lifetime? Because it seems to me like they've grown a lot.
Are you in a downtrend and you get a buyout offer? Is it a hostile takeover? Does the board just is the board fed up with being a public company? Right? The board wants you to go private. Too much volatility, right? For your liking, you can go private. Way less volatility on the private market. Yeah, that's basically it. Sometimes you shop yourself. You're looking for a buyer. Sometimes you get an unsolicited bid. Happens all the time.
All right, good to know.
Yeah. Robert, I guess Body is one good call. I did forget about them. BODY. These fitness trends, they are Whoa, Body's under $2. Oh my gosh. This is not
dude,
good.
I want to do a
Body's under $2. Fitness trends are exactly that. They're trends. I always think about Fitbit. Fitbit IPO'd at a $10 billion valuation and got bought for $2 billion.
Dude, they just got screwed by Apple. They were the leader. Well, actually, so Fitbit actually ripped a lot of its tech from this company, Jawbone.
I almost was going to buy a Jawbone years ago. I ended up buying a Garmin instead.
I bought a Jawbone.
Yeah.
And when it was like the first, literally like all it did was track my steps.
Yeah.
And like activity like throughout the day.
Just a pedometer, right?
Yeah, in like 2014 or 2015, but I thought it was pretty cool, and it was actually a pretty cool like device, and I liked wearing it on my wrist. And then Fitbit kind of took a lot of what Jawbone was doing and made it better, and then Apple said, hey, look, we can do this and put it in a sleek little Apple Watch. And it's like, why would anyone go out and buy a Fitbit right now when you can buy an Apple Watch that has all those capabilities plus more? I guess it's a higher price point. Oh, Melanie's asking a good question, Spencer.
Hold on 1 second. Melanie asks, what happens to as a shareholder when your public company gets bought out? You get paid. You get a check, basically, is what it. Not an actual check, but like they will just they'll buy you out. Your broker will just go into your account. You know, whatever the price, whatever the takeover price is, they will just give you that. You know, they will just exchange sell your shares for that price, and that's that. And then you get. It'll go in as cash into your account, and then you no longer own the stock. That's it.
Yeah, Mike, I agree. I don't know what is going on, but it seems like a lot of times I'll say something, I won't take my own advice, and then it happens. I'm sure that if yesterday I would have bought Peloton puts, like I said, this news would not have came out today, and I would have lost a lot of money on those puts.
Pretty wild stuff.
But next time, Mike, I make a call like that, I promise you I'll follow my I'll follow my advice.
Wait, why does Pebble ring a bell? What is that? That rings a bell to me. I can't place it though. Was Pebble also one of those fitness trackers? Is that why I'm thinking about it?
Oh, you want to know a funny story about Fitbit?
I had a Fitbit and it broke after a year, and I was very, very pissed off about it. I'm still mad about it.
So my funny story is, I think it was about a year or two ago, maybe 2 years ago. It was for my mom's birthday or Mother's Day or something. I was at Sam's Club, and they had a Fitbit like package, and it came with the newest Fitbit model and a smart scale. And I bought.
What is a smart scale?
It connects to your phone and
Who
Fitbit,
cares?
and you can
Okay.
you can track your weight and all these other metrics. I don't know. Either way, the deal was really good on the package, the two Fitbit products. So I got it for my mom because I knew she would dig the Fitbit, which by the way she wore like every day for 2 straight years. But I had to give my mom like this present, and I was like, by the way, like one part of this present, I'm not trying to say anything. Like it just came with it because I didn't want to like be rude giving her a scale.
Give your mom a scale.
Yeah, I would have gotten beat.
Some
Just
gifts.
kidding.
Some gifts you have to qualify.
Right, I had to qualify. That's exactly what I had to do. I had to like preface it by and she was so confused. She was like, "What do you mean?" Like, and then she opened it and she understood exactly what I was saying.
Okay.
Because if I just gave her that without prefacing it, she'd be like, "Why are you giving me a scale? Like, what are you trying to tell me?"
Yeah, it's the same way. So I kind of had something similar recently with my fiance. Like she had like a really crappy toothbrush. And I was like, I want to buy you like a for Hanukkah. I was like, I'm gonna buy you like a nice like Philips toothbrush, but I had to be like, listen, this is not a statement about your teeth. This is just me wanting to buy you a nicer toothbrush. But I'm not saying your teeth are bad or they're yellow or you smell. It's just you need a nicer toothbrush.
Yeah, it's like how do you gift your girlfriend a gym membership?
No, it's hard. It's difficult. It's difficult. So I had to like I bought her something else too because I felt so bad. It's like this is like my
good.
gift to you.
No, that's funny.
So yeah, I had to couch that one. Anyway, so again, benzinga.com/events. Seriously, Benzinga. I'll put it up on the screen. Benzinga.com/events. There it is.
Yeah, I agree, Christian. That's how you lose a girlfriend.
Yeah.
By buying her a gym membership.
Check out the link right there on the bottom to sign up for our boot camp this Saturday. Free all day. Be there or don't be there and miss out. And that's the other option. Yeah, okay. I'm glad I'm not the only person that's had bad experiences with fitness trackers. I've got this Apple Watch that I did not pay for. It was a gift. Someone in my family got it for free, basically. So she just gave it to me. And it's been fine. But I went through. I had a Garmin, and I had a Fitbit, and they both broke after a year. So I'm glad I'm not the only person that had problems there.
So I didn't go out and buy my Apple Watch on my own. It's one of those things that like I was gifted and I love now, and I probably would not have bought for myself. But now that I have it, I use it every day and I love it.
I gotta admit, I wear this every day. I don't really use it. What do you use it for? Like it's a watch, but besides that, I don't really use my Apple Watch for anything.
Because I didn't buy the watch, I splurged and pay the $10 a month to have cellular data on my watch. So if I leave like my phone in my car or something and you call me, Spencer, I can actually like answer my phone call or text you back off my phone, or off my watch, which I always thought was like the stupidest thing about an Apple Watch is like, what's the point if it has to be Bluetooth connected to your phone? So I could even like go for a run, leave my phone at home, connect my AirPods to my Apple Watch and not even have my phone on me and be like listening to music off of it. But I do think all the fitness aspects of it, tracks your heart rate, steps, activity, calories burned, all that is very, very useful for someone if you're like trying to stay active, take care of yourself.
Sure. All right, it's 1:55. Aaron, should we just hop because we don't have a show coming up next, so I feel like we can just hop off early and that'll be. No one will get mad at us for bailing. But we have had whoa, congratulations, Easy Mike, on the wedding of the marriage of your daughter. We had a blast today. You know, we talked to Manscaped. I've been informed that some products are on the way for that. Let us know what you think we should do on the Manscaped front. Should we do a review?
Well, we got to get the products first, right?
500 likes and we shave AB's head.
Wait, Ron, what was that?
500 likes and we shave AB's head.
500 likes and we shave AB's head. I asked the boss if I was allowed to shave my head, and she said no.
Sharon?
Yep, Sharon.
If we get 1,000, we'll do his eyebrows.
Oh man, that'd be bad. I'd rather shave my head than my eyebrows, I think. I've always thought about that, like how weird. Like I don't think it's one of those things that you'd notice, but like how weird would someone look just without eyebrows?
I've seen it. It looks weird.
Well, yeah, but like usually you see it if they have like alopecia, so they don't have hair anywhere.
No, I've seen people that shave their eyebrows.
Like a full head of hair and then just no eyebrows.
He had very short hair.
Okay.
So he had a buzz cut. Anyway,
I have a question for the chat.
But wait, are we getting the Manscaped products?
I've been told. I was informed that the products are on the way. Is all I was told.
Spencer, put your headphones on.
I can hear you.
Okay, fine. I have a question for the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys would be interested in a new show from Benzinga being like a casual end of the week like video podcast that's much more of us just like hanging out, playing games, not so much stock talk. My idea for it is call it like Market Close with Benzinga or something like that. But it'd be like more of just like a personality. We'll have fun. Drop a 1 for that. 2 if you're like, pass.
Curious what people say about that. In the meantime, I want to thank all of our guests today. Thanks to Paul Tran. Thanks to Sharon. Thanks to Vivi. Thanks to Luke. We didn't do trivia today. We'll do trivia tomorrow.
By the way, I missed Luke's segment. Did he give any good hot stocks?
Yeah, he gave a few. His new one. He's going back to the
To
well
Lots?
here. He's going back to the Leslie's.
Oh.
He's back on that Leslie's train.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was one that Raz and Luke, like Raz was dead on with the story, right? That people were building houses, even people that weren't building houses were building pools in their houses. And the stock had a great run. I believe that was from like last March to, it ran like 20%. And since has been trading lower, but we're getting back to that time of the year, right? This could be one of those cyclical plays where as we get into spring and summertime, more pool supplies, chemicals, all that is being sold. So I think I can get behind that.
All right. He also he hated TIGR. He hated that one.
Tiger?
Yeah.
Tiger Brokerages?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's up 10% today. How's Hood doing?
I don't look.
I was seeing Hood. Someone was saying Hood is a buyout target for Goldman Sachs and Marcus.
Obviously we don't know anything. We're not on the inside. I don't know.
Oh, Justin wants Wordle.
Oh, shoot. I started the Wordle, and did I finish Wordle?
I might have already played today's. I honestly forget.
Oh, I did play today. Sorry. We'll do it tomorrow. I forgot. I played it this morning when I woke up. It was a tricky one. Anyway, what was I saying just now? I don't even remember where I was going with that. Oh, yeah. Goldman Sachs Robinhood. It's not very often that you can just straight up buy the amount of growth that Robinhood has. I don't know. Let's see. Morgan Stanley bought E-Trade. Schwab bought TDA. There's not a lot else out there. Very few retail brokers out there that have the size of Robinhood. I guess on paper it makes sense. I don't know. It's not a bad idea. Anyway, it's 2 o'clock. We're going to hop off here. Please hit that like button, everyone. I'd appreciate that. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do some trivia. We'll do a Guess That Chart segment. Don't worry about that. We haven't done one all week. We have Tim Quast joining us tomorrow. We have Andrew Marsh from Plug Power, ticker PLUG, on the show tomorrow. Very exciting. We have Greg King, the founder of a company called Osprey Funds. They offer super low cost crypto securities, like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Not the coins, but funds that give you exposure there. So that'll be on tomorrow's show. Hit the like button, everyone, please, and thank you. And have a good rest of your day. I'll catch you guys in an hour and a half. We're at the close. How do I end the show?